back on this afternoon to finish off the competition. Had some fantastic performances over this weekend and we look forward to seeing some in our final session. We are kicking off the afternoon with event 70, one of our fun events on the program. This is the mixed 200-meter freestyle relay for para and able-bodied athletes. We saw these guys compete yesterday in their medley relay. Super cool event. It's one of our handicap races, which means our slower team begins on that 0 go signal, and each team based on entry time gets held back off the start, and we hopefully end up with a very close race. Now these teams are mixed between males and females. They are also mixed between our para swimmers and our able-bodied swimmers. So it's a really great opportunity for those guys to get to be in a race together, because we don't often see that. We have just the one heat in this event this afternoon. Swimming out of lane 1, you'll see our team from South Gippsland Bass A team, Traralgon A team in 2, Sale in 3, South Gippsland Bass B in 4, Geelong Swimming Club in 5, Geelong A in 6, and Ballarat Gold in 7. So we can see our beautiful officials heading across the pool telling athletes their first swimmer what go time they are leaving on. You'll see our incredible volunteer officials in those blue uniforms on deck. We couldn't have these incredible competitions without them. They make sure that things run smoothly and ensure that our times are all official times. So that is their role. So our athletes are behind the blocks. It looks like we are ready to kick off with event 70, the mixed 200-meter freestyle relay para able-bod, to start off session 4 of these country short course championships. All right, our teams are underway. We expect to see that lead swap and change throughout this relay as we see different athletes, males and females, in the water at different stages. We also have lots of different ways you can swim this. So whether you put your male athletes first or your female athletes first, all different strategies and tactics. And it can be a little bit difficult to follow, so we'll keep an eye out because those teams who are entered the water later, we expect them to make up a lot of ground throughout this relay. So that Sail Swimming Club team in lane 3, they are your current leaders. Making up a lot of ground though, that team out in lane 7, Ballarat Gold. And those final swimmers, those fourth and final swimmers entering the water now. Can they catch up? That Sail team. Final lap, they are flying home. It's going to be lane 4 with the win here. Time of 2:25.95. They'll pick up the gold. Some exciting relays to start us off for our session this afternoon here at Gippsland Regional Aquatic Centre in Traralgon. Gorgeous weather today. Athletes and spirits are very high. As we move on to our individual event for this afternoon, this is event 71, the women's 200 metre IM 200 individual medley. Short course is 2 laps of each stroke in the order butterfly, backstroke, breaststroke and freestyle. We have 6 heats in this event today. I am an interesting race. It's all about timing, control, and really working to your strengths as well. So we often see the breaststroke leg being a big deciding factor in this race. As the girls come into their backstroke, leading us around was Sienna Hunt from South Gippsland Bass. Sienna still leading us around in this breaststroke. Nice split stroke underwater there, getting a lot of distance off the wall. Turns ever so important in short course swimming. It's a quick breaststroke leg from Madison Hayward in lane 5. Just closed the gap a little bit, but it's not quite enough to lead into that freestyle. So the girls with just 50 metres left to swim here from heat 1. The girls with entry times all sitting on that 2:44 mark. Looks like it's going to be a nice personal best swim here from Sienna Hunt as she comes under the flags, down to touch under that 2:40, 2:39.86. Madison Hayward, 2:42.89. And Michaelan DeSisto will touch in third, a time of 2:51.59. Heat 2 in the water. It was a quick start from Ellie Morgan in lane 5. Just seeing a little bit more of a controlled swim there from Ella Matters in lane 4. So usually those middle lanes are our fastest lanes. As the girls come down at the end of the butterfly, lane 6 is going to lead us through here. Abby Freeman of Wodonga. That breaststroke leg, a couple of lead changes here. So there we have Ella. She held off in that butterfly leg, but here she comes in the breaststroke. She'll turn in first going into this freestyle. Not too far behind was Ellie. And then in third on the wall there, Abby Freeman. So those girls in the center, they're starting to push ahead of the rest of the field. That kick brought in from Ella there, looking good. Ellie will go through just behind. Does she have what it takes in this last 25? She's looking at her, but Ella Matters still in the lead as the girls come down under the flags. 5 meters left to swim. I think Ella's going to hang on for the win here in Heat 2. It's a time of 2:35.93. Ellie Morgan in second, 2:36.67. And then third place went to Liana from Mildura. She snuck home a nice freestyle leg from her to finish in a 2:40.29. Heat 3 in the water now. Looking a little bit empty here. It is our 4th session of the weekend, so a lot of athletes starting to be a bit more selective about the races they are swimming. Turning in first there, Sarah Provoli of Geelong Swimming Club. Not too far behind her, out on the far side, is Sienna Wood from Warragul. As these girls come down to turn. Sarah just having a little bit of a look on the wall there where the other girls in the race are. So we come into this final 50 of freestyle. And watch those underwaters into our last lap. And it will be Sarah who takes out the win from Heat 3 in a time of 2:33.37. So that's a nice 5-second personal best there for Sarah. Great work, girls. A few more swimmers in Heat 4 here. Going out quickly is Jade King. Warrnambool Swimming Club, that nice green cap over in lane 1. Jade's had a fantastic meet this weekend. I've seen her name popping up all throughout the races, so big, heavy programs for these girls. Alrighty, let's watch these breaststrokers. Some beautiful, nice, long glide stroke there from Zoe Jennings of Geelong. You can see the length on that stroke, just underwater, that undulation. She's starting to shift her way through the field. Out in lane 7, though, Claire Matheson, Ballarat Gold, having a ripper of a breaststroke leg as well. So they've all started to make up a little bit of ground that Jade set early on. Not a lot in it now, about 1.5 seconds between first and fourth onto the turn into the freestyle leg. Claire Matheson, though, this is a great swim from her. She'll lead them around lane 6, not far behind there. Mia Roberts, she's shifted in this freestyle, brought in that big 6-beat kick. You can see the beautiful white water. It's not going to be enough to catch Claire, though. She'll hit the wall first in a time of 2:33.01. A little bit quicker than Sarah in the heat previously. Mia Roberts in second and Zoe Jennings in third. Bit of a longer hold there on the start of heat 5. I'll reset the girls now. You have to be perfectly still after the take your mark signal. As we get underway here, heat 5 of 6 in the water. Great start from lane 6 there. Jessica Whiting, we've seen her compete across the weekend. Brilliant butterfly. She won the 100 fly earlier today for her age group, so we knew she'd be out quickly in this fly leg. Those beautiful flexible shoulders there, taking us out in a 29.67. She's setting the pace early on. Great underwater from lane 1, Hannah Buchanan of Ballarat into the backstroke there. She stayed under a lot longer than the other girls here. But Jess, still your leader. We'll see what happens at the conclusion of this backstroke. We go into the breaststroke leg. Breaststroke, one of those strokes, it's so different to the others. Lots of different muscle groups used, so it can be the deciding factor. We also take note of that back to breaststroke turn. There's a few different options of turn you can complete here. And see who's come off the wall best. It's still Jessica Whiting out on the other side of the pool in lane 6. Other girls trying to close the gap. Kira Shaw of Shepparton pushing through the field now in the breaststroke. Also coming up alongside Jessica is Olivia Bailey. So it might still be Jess at the end of the breaststroke. Kira Shaw just getting her fingers on the wall in front there as they turn for the freestyle. Who's got the legs left to bring it home here? We see that big 6-beat kick brought in. Hannah Buchanan's brought herself back into the race as well. Jessica Whiting though, that beautiful white water out the back, storms under the flags. She is going to take out heat 5, 2:27.88, the time to beat. Stephanie Moran of Bendigo East flew home in that freestyle leg as well. She's gone 2:30.68 to take second there. And heat 6, our final heat of the women's 200-metre individual medley, is in the water now. Got quite a large field of Geelong Swimming Club athletes, with Isla Ho in lane 1 from Ballarat Gold, as well as Ava Candy from Ballarat Swimming Club in lane 6, trying to be the spoilers in this race. It will be Ava Candy who turns first, your winner of the Open 200-metre butterfly today. She's having a great meet, Ava. But this backstroke leg belongs to Jessie Steinman in lane 5. Just picks up the pace there. Those arms moving over quickly. Light on the legs. She had the 400 IM earlier today where she picked up a bronze. Half the distance must be nice to do afterwards. Feels a little bit easier. So you've got Jessie Steinman in lane 5. She is your leader. Sitting in second, Nicole Briscoe. She's out of lane 4. And then lane 3, Zali Snyders. up there in the mix with Ava Candy, battling it out for that third spot here. Jessie will stick in first on the turn. So the girls come into the last 50 of freestyle. Looking super strong though, Jessie. She turns for that last 25. About over a second lead from her here. It's going to be very close for second. Nicole Briscoe, Ava Candy going to race all the way down into the touch. Looks like Nicole might just have her. She's made up a lot of ground on Jessie, but it's not going to be enough. Jessie Steinman in first. Nicole Briscoe in second. And then into third there was Zali. She had a ripper last 25. So all three girls hitting the wall, 223s across. Great race from the team at Geelong. In the water now, we have event 72. This is the men's 200-metre individual medley. We have 7 heats. This is heat 1. The halfway mark after the backstroke. Leading us through was Ben Hynam of Geelong Sharks. His teammate in the lane next to him, Charlie Parker. And over in lane 3, we've got Zane Poxon. So Ben holds that lead after the breaststroke leg as the boys turn into that freestyle. Geelong Sharks training partners side by side. It's going to be a race down this final 50. But despite Charlie's efforts there, he's not going to have quite done enough to catch Ben. He'll touch the wall in a 2:28.08. Charlie in second, 2:29.37, and Zane in third, 2:32.16 from heat 1. So we turn into the backstroke here, leading us around Sebastian Smith, Ballarat gold. Once again, a couple of athletes missing from this heat. So a little bit of space across the pool. Important in events like this to stick to your own race plan, swim your own race. Sebastian going with that flip turn there. Not a lot of distance between the rest of the guys in this field. 3 of them turning on 1:10, so very close. See if this breaststroke sorts them out a bit, but your leader is still Sebastian Smith. Charles Gleeson from Warrnambool, he shifted himself securely into that second position as the boys turn for the freestyle. Nice breaststroke leg from out in lane 8, Joshua Newstead of East Gippsland Water Dragons. As we come down to touch, just held on there in those final meters of the freestyle leg. Sebastian Smith, 2:24.81. Charles Gleeson in second, 2:24.90 from heat 2. Heat 3 in the water now. Outside lanes taking it out quickly in the butterfly leg here. Andreas Guinness from Bendigo East. Now what a meet he's had. Done some great personal bests. Going out with him is Oscar Cook from Warrnambool. Not far behind, Marley Sutherland of Ballarat Gold. Those guys in front as we come down to turn at the halfway point of this 200 IM. Looks like Marley just securing that lead after the backstroke. It was up and into that breaststroke very quickly, not a long time spent underwater.
Well, he's continuing to hold that lead. But this is the great level of the breaststroke, especially in the 200 IM and 400 IM. It's a lot longer time to catch somebody up.
Yeah, Riley Lowe doing a lot of work in this breaststroke. He's going to turn in first.
Yeah, Riley, he's 15. So one of the younger competitors in this race. And he's got a very strong freestyle. Preferring that sort of straight around stroke. Quite conducive to 50 metre swimming, actually, that stroke, or long distance. Very nice.
So it will be Low. He'll take it out, 2:21.12. Marley in second, 2:22.67. and then Oscar into third, 2:25.09. Those are your results from Heat 3. Don't forget we have 7 heats of this event, but these are time finals. Anything can happen. There's a few boys in some of these earlier heats that I would certainly be keeping an eye on their times. One of them coming up in this particular race. Keen to see what comes out of lane 1 here. JB, Joel Bailey of Traralgon, he went a 24 in the 50 fly earlier today, so we know he's swimming fast. Can he hold on onto a 200? We'll see how that one goes.
Well, he certainly should be able to beat this 226 that he's got in.
He's looking strong early on. He's going to lead us around in the butterfly leg. No surprise there. Thomas Smith in lane 4. He'll turn in second. Thomas's birthday today, so happy birthday.
Oh, happy birthday, Thomas.
Let's see if we can get a nice personal best from him.
Well, he's definitely going out there, as well as Joel Bailey. He's the second quickest, so he looks very comfortable as well on the backstroke. Now let's see, either Joel Bailey has the world's worst breaststroke, which I doubt very much, or this is a very old personal best time.
Still looking super strong in that outside lane.
No, his breaststroke looks really good, so yeah, this must be an old PB, but look at him go.
Thomas Smith from Geelong still in second, and then it's Jude De Silva Smith from Warrnambool sitting in third. See if anyone else can come into this game in the breaststroke leg. But I know Joel has a great freestyle on him.
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to be able to catch him. He's got about 5 meters on the boys after the breaststroke leg, and we tend to see that lead almost double between breaststroke and freestyle, just with the speed difference of still continuing that breaststroke, whereas when you get started on that freestyle earlier, you take off, it has a lot more speed. So there you see it now. It's almost a 10-meter lead from Heat 4. I'm going to keep an eye on the time because it all comes down to that. The fastest times posted here this afternoon will be eligible for those medals. He's gone at 2:11.25.
That's a 15 seconds improvement. That's
so
fabulous.
Based on entry times, that sits him around third.
Ooh.
Smith holds on for second there, 2:21.59. Just in front of Jude De Silva Smith there, 2:21.73. So that's Heat 4. Still have 3 heats to go.
Well, they're still churning out those personal best times, and we're now on the last session of an absolutely packed, event-packed weekend, haven't we? So I've got to say, hats off to these swimmers. They're just really pulling it out of the bag, aren't they? All the time. We have, this is the 5th heat of the 7. Zayden Burton in lane 4. Like I say, I have the pleasure of coaching some of these swimmers. And he's next to Jordan Cargill, who has been a very successful swimmer and part of the Cargill family. They just
I was going to say that family, I think that's the main goal of this race. Jordan was just saying before, his younger brother Brody's actually in the next heat, so faster entry time.
Oh.
So I think there's a little bit of sibling rivalry going on here.
Yeah.
See who can score the fastest time.
Has he shaved off the moustache?
No.
Oh, so he can't be. He can't be that
I'm
worried.
saying no to the mo.
Oh, you're saying no? I quite liked it actually.
Geordie's saying go to the mo. I'm saying it has to go.
Well, it's not Movember, so he's not doing it for that.
He does cut his own hair, so...
Does he? Well,
he does.
crikey, that's a talent in itself. I know I've tried doing mine a few times. I can get away with the fringe, but... wow, look at them go. Fabulous. Come on, Jordan, you don't need little brother usurping you.
Taj Hewen in lane 1 also having a good swim here, so maybe a little bit motivated from those performances coming from outside lanes earlier.
Yeah.
As we come down to the finish of the breaststroke, it is still Jordan Cargill, your leader in lane 5.
Yeah, and then
Taj
Zayden
is second.
Oh no, second lane 1. No, it's very close.
And then Zayden Burton sitting in 3rd place. I think of Geordie's training regime at the moment, which is basically non-existent. This one will be hurting.
Yeah. Is he in year 12 or is he first year of uni?
No, he's a full-time worker now. Fitter and Turner, country boy.
Oh, nice.
Absolutely. It's gone a 2:17.05. Taj there in second, 2:18.76.
Fitter and Turner, good trade. Well done, those lads. Let's see what Brodie Cargill can do in this. He's got a 2:19.07, so it'll have to be a PB to beat his older brother.
He set the pace. Brodie's got to watch it. Let's see what plays out here. Should be an interesting race here. Darcy Connell's swimming incredibly well this weekend. Keep an eye on him. J-Lo in lane 4, Jonathan Leong, great breaststroker, so don't expect to see him quick off the blocks. Always a little bit slower at the start, but watch out for him in that breaststroke leg. He can make up so much ground. Also got Jacob Riches, other boy from Geelong,
he's only
youngster,
14.
only 14 years old, also having a great meet. At least we know that this one's a bit easier to count. He did swim a few extra laps in the 400 freestyle earlier today.
Yeah, that's right. It's like at least you only have 2 laps of each stroke. So if you know you're on the freestyle, you pretty much know you've just got 2 laps to go. But you never know. You know, sometimes pain can do funny things to you. But
now,
I'm sure
on the far side of the pool here, we've got Harrison Main leading the cohort out quickly into that backstroke leg. Not far behind him is Joshua Fitzgerald of Warrnambool, so those guys touch first and second. But as I said, this breaststroke can be make or break.
you did say he was the main man yesterday, didn't you?
He is my main man. I do love Harrison. He's such a fantastic athlete, really focused, always goes in super determined, and really wants to perform every time he swims, and I have a lot of respect for people like that.
Yes.
But Joshua Fitzgerald in lane 8, he is having a great breaststroke leg here, shifting himself up into that first place spot. On the other side of the pool, we've got Brodie Cargill coming through the breaststroke as well. So he'll turn in second. We'll go Josh, Brodie, and then it's lane 6 there. Miller Stott of Ballarat Gold.
Well, it'll be, if he does a 30, that's a 2:15. So maybe it'll be close to 2:17.
I think Brodie might have Jordan on this one. It's going to be close down to touch. Looks
10.
like Miller Stott there
14, 15,
might get
16.
the win here. He does. 2:16.45. Brodie Cargill in second, 2:16.69. And then coming home, flying down that last lap, Jacob Riches, 2:16.74.
Well, half a second faster than his brother. Nothing like a bit of sibling rivalry to push you on, is there?
Bit of bragging rights, I think it is.
Yes, that's right. There'll be some, what do you call that, where you kind of trash talk each other over the dinner table tonight, maybe.
Maybe. They are such a lovely family, though. Jordan was telling me yesterday that he's been helping Brodie with his school projects lately. So,
oh, there you go.
you know, they're such great athletes, but also great people.
Yes.
So we hit our final heat now, heat 7 in the water. These boys, that time of 2:11 is still the one to beat, set by Joel Bailey back in heat 4.
2:11. That's a time I remember well.
Cameron Rakini there turning in first from Geelong. What a great country short course he's had. 3:55 for his 400 freestyle earlier today.
Yeah.
That was a ripper of a swim.
And you know, backing these swims up event after event, you know, it's like
it's an event in itself.
Yeah,
really.
it is. It's like it's pretty much it's actually more jam packed than what Michael Phelps would have done in his day. Because at least he'd only have a couple of races a day, where these guys have had maybe 20 races over 2 days. Some of them.
Yeah, I was chatting to a few of the boys from Geelong about how many swims they've actually had. And there's a few sitting around that 26 swims across the weekend mark, which is phenomenal. Cameron Rakini there, still in the lead, looking very strong in the breaststroke. Not far behind is Cooper Sutherland of Ballarat Gold, swimming out of lane 3. Lane 5, Ash Nichols trying to work his way back into this race with the breaststroke leg. But I don't think anyone's going to catch up to Cammy. He's so strong in the back end of his races.
Ash's cap's coming off.
Increasing that lead.
He's got a bit of the Molly O'Callaghan's going on. The cap's sitting a bit back. I don't think it's putting him off though.
I think I've watched Ash Nichols lose the cap about 17 times.
Yeah, and he's got
his
quite
hair must
the
be
mullet.
too luscious. Yeah,
he does, and therefore it would really drag him back, wouldn't it, if he lost that cap? But look, it's not putting him off one bit.
Cam there 2:06.05. He will take out the 200 IM in second place there. Ash Nichols swims himself into silver, 2:09.03, just in front of Cooper Sutherland, 2:09.23. And that actually puts Joel Bailey in fourth there. So from heat 4, fourth overall. So that's what we mean when we say you can actually get up there from any heat. Some valuable points for the Traralgon Swim Club there.
Absolutely. Let's go easy! And sometimes that's why these swimmers are doing so many events. It's about team pride. Yeah. Actually, how are you feeling after that, Joel?
Oh, I'm feeling pretty sore. Just getting ready for the 50 backstroke now, so we'll see how I go, but it should be all right.
Oh, good. And how many events have you swum this weekend?
I did 4 yesterday, and I swam another 2 this morning, and I've just done that one. So I've done 7 so far. I've got 2 more just to finish it off. So.
Wow, well done. You're doing a great job for your team, I've got to say.
That was Joel Bailey of Traralgon Swimming Club. About to get ready and race 50 backstroke. This is what we mean about all that backing up going on across the weekend. As we look into the pool now, we've got some sprinty 50s happening. It's event 73, the women's 18 and over 50 metre backstroke. In this event, we have 3 heats in the water. Heat 1 coming down to touch it is lane 4, Kira Tiuma from Bendigo East.
Very nice.
Her
well
time,
under that 40 seconds.
36.1.
Maddie Parry there in lane 3. I coached her back in Sale. 23 years old now. And our very own Anya. She swam in that. I wonder how she's feeling about that swim. She says she's been a little disappointed, but I've got to say, you know, we're not disappointed in her at all. And I think she's been too hard on herself. You know, you can't be on top form all the time, can you? And especially when you're doing, like you said, you know, Jordan Cargill is now full-time working. You know, you might have had a hard week at work and then you come in and you're competing at the weekend. You know, you got to cut yourself a break, I think.
some of us competing every weekend, others returning just for these country short course and country long course championships, which is super exciting as well. As we move along now to heat 2 of 3. It's a quick start by Zoe Dowler over in lane 6, led us through at the 25-metre mark. Just the 2 laps in these 50s. There's not a lot of room if you miss out on that start here to make up the ground. She'll hold on for that first there, the time of 34.41.
Second, Cadence Bazina. I've always loved that name, Cadence. You know, it means like, you know, the stroke rate and all that, Cadence. So she's got a very good stroke rate.
Big smile on her face at the end, so I think she might have surprised herself with that time.
Absolutely. I remember when she was just 13 swimming here at Traralgon. So yeah, to see a big smile like that when now you're 20, it's great. Georgia Turner there from Warrnambool, she's third. Warrnambool. And another Cargill, Molly Cargill, the elder sister.
Molly's had a fantastic meet, particularly in these 50s, scoring a couple of personal best swims as well, so that's always exciting, especially at 18 years of age.
Absolutely. And they're still only young. We talk about, you know, they've been in the sport a long time, but all the family is still really young, aren't they? Beautiful starts from all the girls, right over the top of that water. Great underwater.
Stephanie Moran got out so high. And
yes.
Look at that. She's well ahead there early on, but coming through quickly with those absolute smashing stroke rates, super high turnover there.
Oh,
it's the girls
look at
in those
underwater.
golden lanes. Nicole Briscoe in lane 4.
Just do
great
a
underwater.
shot?
It looks like Molly might get it on the touch. It's going to be tight.
Oh no, just
1/100th. Nicole hangs on there, 29.72. Molly in second, 29.73. And I love the sportsmanship shown by both the girls at the end there. Very excited about how close the actual touch was.
Absolutely.
Gave each other a bit of a high five.
And not far off the record either of 29.39 by Melina DeCourt. So, you know, when you think, oh, I'm not swimming that well anymore, you know, I've got stuff, you know. No. I mean, you just saw Molly and, you know, at her age, probably is getting a second wind in her career. Okay, we've got the 18 and over 50 backstroke. Nicholas Bailey, he's from South Gippsland Bass, lane 3, lane 4, Joshua Stoll, he's 23, Ballarat Gold, and Harry Sanderson, 18, from Geelong Swimming Club. In lane 3, Bailey Nicholas, like pulling himself up really high there on that start. But after the underwater work, yeah, definitely lane 5. Harry Sanderson from Geelong Swimming Club, and lovely underwater work there. But it's going to be a fight on for the finish. And lane 4 takes it out, 31.93, Joshua Stoll, Ballarat Gold. There's only 3 heats in this. And again, we have a battle of the coaches coming up. And Jordan Cargill's back in. We have in the last heat, Dylan Muir.
Yeah, these 18 and over events, we'll see a lot of the guys who competed in the open category events. So that 200 IM just moments ago, those guys are going to come now and back it up with a nice sprint. Not so bad having to back up a 200 IM with a 50 backstroke.
No.
I think it would be worse trying to back up a 50 backstroke with a 200 IM.
Yes, I think so. Mind you, you really need your legs. Even though there's no propulsion from your legs on backstroke, it's all about that body position. And because they don't have any pressure of the water, sometimes you can overkick.
Once again, those outside lanes going quickly early on. William Elliott in lane 2 looked to be just in front of lane 7, Cami Juha of Traralgon, one of those coaches. Down to touch, though, William Elliott, 29.89. Following him onto the wall was Charlie Whitsted of Geelong.
How good those women were. Because Molly Cargill, they went 29 in the women's event. So they were as fast as the winners in that. And actually, Molly, who swims for Traralgon, probably has trained under Cam Dewar. So she's just got a scalp over her coach, which every swimmer would love to do, wouldn't they? That's why I don't get in anymore. I would never get in without fins on or any equipment that could help me anymore. Well, here we go. Dylan Muir's in here, so see if he can win it for the coaches. But he's got Joel Bailey, who's really on form, right next to him. And also Cameron Rashini, who has also been swimming fantastically well, hasn't he?
Off the underwater, very close early on. Cam Rakini there, looks to be just in front. Joel Bailey might be in second. Feet onto the wall though. Dylan was right up there, but those underwaters from Cam just looking a little bit superior here. He's going to come down onto the wall about a head's length in front. 26.86 for Cam there. Dylan will pick up second, 27.37, and then Joel in third, 27.71.
Not bad for 33. We've got to take our hats off. He was up there for winning it. Nearly twice the age of Cameron McKinney. All right. Back to technical excellence. Not fast over the water. Well, it is on the recovery, but you've got to hold that glide. So girls, 12, 13 years, 100 breaststroke. The advantage of short course breaststroke is you get that breaststroke pull out or split stroke off the start and off 3 turns. And often on the last turn, some young kids miss it out because they think, I need the oxygen, but really you need to keep it in there. 1, to practice it over and over, and 2, to keep that, get that underwater work, because you can never swim on top as fast as you can get after pushing off the wall.
So at the 50-metre turn there, Keziah Wolf leads us around. Audrey Bailey in second, the Traralgon swimmers there.
Keziah's from Mansfield. We haven't seen many swimmers from Mansfield, so it's nice to see the smaller clubs producing. I mean, she's got a beautiful, look at that. Look at the glide.
She's really pulled away in this third 25. As the girls turn for their final lap.
Beautiful, absolutely, technically, fantastic bit of swimming here. Hats off to the Mansfield coach there and to herself, Keziah. What a great win, 1:27.89, taking off 6 seconds from her personal best time. Second, lane 4, Audrey Bailey, Traralgon. And third, lane 6, Holly Watson from Bendigo East. Heat 2 of these 6 heats. All right, here's this heat 2 again. We're looking at lane 5 being out there. Zoe Benson from Warrnambool Swimming Club. Again, holding that base position. When I mean base position, it's where you have your hands together at the top, and when your feet finish, you're in like an arrowed position. So you really have to be brave and hold on to that, just like lane 3. Holly Hurst from South Gippsland Bass, she's holding on to that. I know Dylan Muir, who we just talked about, he's been working with his swimmers on breaststroke. He figured that he probably wasn't doing enough of it in his sessions and decided to really, go against the grain and do a lot of sets and a lot of drills on breaststroke, and it's really paid off for him. His breaststroke has been swimming phenomenally. So quite a brave move. So yes, here we go, lane 3 takes it out. Holly Hurst, South Gippsland Bass. Lane 5, Zoe Benson, Warrnambool, and then Sasha Rava from Geelong Swimming Club. All getting under that elusive 130. And also looking for those state qualifying times, where the Metro Championships that we had a couple of weeks ago in Melbourne and the country championships here, all the swimmers will merge together for states in September. State age. So heat 3 of 6. Lane 3's taking it out, obviously feels good. Once again, very precise stroke. Often there's a choice. Some swimmers choose to recover over the water, but as we can see from the Olympics, it is over the water, but they're actually cutting through the surface of the water. It's not completely over, because if you go over, it's the long way around. It's like going over the mountain instead of going through the pass. So that's a longer way over, and it is actually slower. So lane 3 turns first, under 40 seconds. That's Alexis Telford from Shepparton Swimming Club. As we've said before, there's been some New Zealand international swimmers that have come from Shepparton. Have chosen to swim for their home nation in New Zealand and have been selected on that national team. But in a commanding lead here is lane 3, Alexis Telford. Then I think we've got lane 6, Lily Goodman from Warrnambool. And in lane 2, A to Z, Ballarat Swimming Club. Well done, girls, all well under that 30-second barrier, which we can see they haven't from the programme, apart from Chloe Rawson from Traralgon. So that's fantastic. Another heat, another hat full of PBs. Heat 4. Swimmers using this first 25 just to settle into their timing, but we do have an outside smoker there in lane 8, Charlotte Wilson from Echuca. She's come a long way and she's going to make it count. She has quite a traditional breaststroke, but traditional really works. We've seen that at the Olympics. There's a lot of quite traditional breaststroke swimmers coming back. It used to be that breaststroke swimmers would come out quite high, but I don't think it really makes so much difference. And a lower breaststroke, what works for the swimmer works for the swimmer. You don't really mess with the natural breaststroke technique. You can refine it, but really it's an individual talent that really shouldn't be changed. So here we go, all swimming really well. We don't know who's going to take it out from 8 or 5. Oh, lane 5 takes it. So Taryn Aldred takes that, followed by lane 8, Charlotte Wilson from Echuca, and then third, lane 3, Miller Abley from Bendigo East. And they are huge PBs. There's 4 seconds. These girls today are leaving nothing behind. They're really going for it. Heat 5 of 6, penultimate heat. We have a 12-year-old Sophia Graham in lane 6. If you notice, she's wearing a traditional swimsuit, not the fast skin type of racing suit. Sometimes trying to get your fast skin racing suit on can be more stressful than the actual race. So I think, and also sometimes if you're swimming a lot of events, you might think, I just want to swim in my regular swimsuit and wear my fast skin for state championships. So out there in first is lane 2, Emily Croato. She's from South Gippsland Bass. As I said before, Dylan changed his training regime there, and it has paid off for a lot of his swimmers. But I think lane 8 just touched out there, and that's Isabel Croato from South Gippsland Bass. So these are sisters. Isabel's 13, Emily's 12. Sibling rivalry does wonders. But taking it out in lane 3 is Bendigo Hawks, Lucy Pascoe, and lane 2 then Emily Croato, the 12-year-old, and then her sister Isabel Croato, 0.4 of a second behind. It's always good to have a sibling to train off. When you're at home, both doing land work together, going training together like a competition, who's getting up first, who's got their bag packed. Fantastic. I'll just point out in lane 4, Arabella Johnson here. She has a lightning fast time of 1:17.31. She's from the Geelong Swimming Club, 13 years of age. At 13 years of age, that's when girls can qualify for national age championships. That's the youngest they're allowed to qualify. And boys, it's 14 years of age. So 1:17.31, that is a national age qualifying time. Long course. So she will have to convert this short course time to doing it in a 50-metre pool, but she looks so strong out in a 36.49. If she can come back in a 40, so a 4-second drop-off, then that will be a personal best time. Second, lane 5, Isabella Lynch, South Gippy Bass, and Scarlett Gilmore's in third. Now, although Arabella Johnson is out there in front, it's looking like a battle of the ages in lane 5 and 6 between Isabella Lynch, South Kippy Bass, and Alice Smith from Ballarat. It looks from this angle that it's just going to be the South Kippy Bass swimmer. Yes, 1:16.57, excellent time from Arabella Johnson. Just missing out on getting under 1:20. In second place, Isabella Lynch, South Kippy Bass, and third, we have Alice Smith from Ballarat Swimming Club with another PB. So those girls knocking it out of the park, including everyone in that heat were either a personal best time or just on it. So fantastic swimming. Just a little technical issue, getting the boys to stand down. See in lane 2, they've merged these two heats. So merging these heats, in lane 4 we have Taj Reid. He's 13 from Warrigal. As I said before, 12, 13-year-old boys, there isn't a chance for them to qualify for national age unless they turn 14. So they could be turning 14 in the next few months, and then they'll be able to go to national age group championships, which are always held in April. There we go, lane 8, taking it out. Joseph McKerney, he's been put into this heat from the first heat. He's 12 and he's from Warrigal, so even though he's one of the youngest in here, he's not afraid to crack on and take it out. So at 75, he's still got a pretty big lead. Excellent pull out there. And unless these other boys rev it up, I think he's going to take it out. That's fantastic from an outside lane on breaststroke. You can hear the crowd shouting every time. That's it. Lovely. A 1:28.42. That's a 6-second personal best. Excellent. And then in lane 4, Taj Reid, 1:30.55. And lane 5, we have Sebastian Chambers, and he's 13 with another 5-second personal best time. All right, I think we're going to the program order. So if you've downloaded the program or you're looking at the program at home for one of your swimmers, don't worry about it. They've just made sure that all the heats are full. But we have the fastest qualifiers. We will have Max Ravisa, he's Ballarat Gold, and George Kitson from Geelong Swimming Club in 4 and 5. But again, a South Kippy Bass swimmer in lane 3, Archie Smith. He's 12 years old.
We also have from the amalgamated heat 1, Winston in lane 8. So I think Logan's been...
Yes, that's right. And there isn't anyone in lane 1, even though we have Warner in there. I think they're amalgamating this in the coal room. And it is getting late in the day, so, you know, some people might have headed off home already if they've got a long drive.
At this stage of the competition, some of these kids may have, raced 6, 7, 8, 9 races, and that's quite a big feat for 2 days worth of competition. So a lot of
well, Archie Smythe, or Smith there, just took off 10 seconds. Wouldn't you love to do that?
Absolutely. Absolutely would love to do that.
I think my days are gone, but you could, Anya.
I don't know. I think my days are going south.
Hey, well, you've got, when you're working full-time, I was saying, you've got to take that into account. Some swimmers, they're working full-time, and,
once
the
you get that
top swimmers, they don't.
Well,
it's virtually professional for them. And I know that they don't get a huge amount of money, but it's enough to, be able to have a mortgage and to get a car, etc. But, when you have to bring in the bickies, as it were.
Well, that's at the end of the day, yeah. Like my day is pretty much waking up, 5:30, go for training, come back, have breakfast, and then go straight to work for the next 8 hours.
Hats off to you. I've got to say, that's dedication.
It takes it out of you, but I love it, and
exactly, that's right. It's something about swimmers. We're a strange breed, aren't we?
We are.
Yeah. Dedicated and I don't know, there's something about it that just is addictive, isn't it?
Absolutely.
So, these boys probably think the same thing. So we've got Cooper Scott from Wodonga City. Once again, we've said great breaststroking area there, up in Wodonga. But also, down in lane 3, Jack Hawkins. He's from Echuca, so he's come a fair way. Very nice. They can't see each other. Usually on breaststroke, if there's a lane between, it's a lane too far. And you should never turn around. So unless it comes to the turn, then you can have a look. But if he was to look now, he'd have to look a long way back, and that would put his stroke right off, wouldn't it? But lane 2, Thomas Sahar, he's from Warrigal. The local lad, look, he's picking up his stroke rate. So he might nab second here. Very nice from the lad from Echuca, Jack Hawkins. Second, we have Thomas Sahar from Warrigal. He did steam down that last 25. Oh, and here we go. I get to say that name again, Yarrawonga. In fact, look at that, Yarrawonga Mulwala Swimming Club. Fantastic. That's obviously an Indigenous name, and they've stuck with it. Gotta say, I love that. Not that as a Geordie, I find it very easy to pronounce. But they're just such lovely names. Here we go. Final heat. Only one person missing out on lane 3. One of the Schneiders clan, Kepler Schneiders. They've had a very busy weekend. But in lane 5, Luca Caniglia from Echuca means business. These Echuca boys have really brought it here for the breaststroke this weekend. They're on the borders, aren't they, of New South Wales, Echuca and Victoria. Yeah, it's right on the border, on the Murray River. That separates...
Are we still talking about Yarrawonga?
No, we're talking about Echuca and Moama.
Yes, they are.
Because Moama's on the New South Wales side and Echuca's on the Victorian side. So I wonder if you could double dip, go to both.
I think it's maybe considered the one.
Yeah, maybe,
possibly.
maybe. Might be cheating, mightn't it? Yeah. But he's going to just absolutely smash this. It's just coming up to 110. 110.43. His time was a 116. He's well, it was well worth the trip.
coming towards the end of the day.
Luca
really
Caniglia from Echuca takes it. Fraser Nagel second from Yarrawonga Mawala Swimming Club. And then third in a 1:18, Tom McMahon with another huge PB of 6 seconds. Was that a record at all? Let's have a look. No, 1:06.71, Heath McLeod, but 1:10. Oof. Now we've got the multi-class 100 IM. It's only one heat of this. So we've got lane 4 going out. That's Sarah Howe. She's been quite dominant in the races here. Sarah is in the SM10 category with Kayla Wilson next to her in lane 3, who's also in the same category. So like I say, lane 5, 6 and 7 are S19. Evie Lee, Keris Nicholson and Mackenzie Gibbs from Geelong, Warragul and Sale. And then we have Adele York in lane 2 who's in S19. So they're all competing against each other. Lane 3 and 4 will be. And then we've got Gemma Cook who's in SM6. She's only 12 years of age, out in lane 1. Always gets out with a really broad smile on her face, and actually this is probably her best race. Gemma looks like she is able to do the distance, you know, more distance orientated. But look at that, a 1:20.25, a commanding win from Sarah Howe, 19 from Ballarat Gold. Lane 5, Evie Lee, 3-second PB for her, only 14 years of age. Lane 3, Kayla Wilson, 18, another 3-second PB. Lane 2 was 4th, Adele York, SM19, only 11 years of age, a 3-second PB. Lane 6, Keris Nicholson from Warragul, a 4-second PB. And in lane 7, Mackenzie Gibbs. She had a 1:53 as her personal best, and now she's gone a 1:46. So these girls have really pulled out all the stops for this last. And look at Gemma Cook come in. All right, lovely freestyle, excellent. 2:26.58 for a 4-second personal best. So yes, the long distance event really suited her today. It's been a long weekend for these girls, and to smash those PBs are excellent. And by the way, you've just seen her mum put those Crocs down. I've got to say, I do love Gemma Cook's Crocs. I mean, you're either a Croc fan or you're not. But
well, look, when I was growing up, Crocs were like the most unpopular shoe you could ever wear.
Oh, well, they've made a huge comeback.
Certainly have.
And she's got all the gibbets, is it? Or
yeah.
Wibbits that you put in them. You know, I'm a bit of a sucker for collectible. So it's a good job that I'm, my children are like, Mum,
I don't know you.
What are you doing?
It's like, who are you?
Yes, exactly.
You're not my mother.
No, exactly. Stay away. I'm not going shopping with you anymore. Actually, the problem is when I'm out with my daughter, I'm always trying to get her to buy those kinds. I'll buy them for you.
Because you
vicariously shopping.
You secretly want to buy them for yourself, right?
I do. So the men's 100 IM multi-class. come on, lads. All the girls did PBs. We're expecting it from you. Not to put any pressure on, of course,
No.
but, you know.
Our youngest competitor, Blake Warren.
Oh, it's a lovely butterfly.
10-year-old from Traralgon.
He's an S9. Max Chandler is SM15. And Levi Jarrett is an S19. So, all different categories. So they'll just be swimming against their world record / personal best time.
Why not? I can now.
Halfway through for everyone. Nice turn. Yeah, come on. Come on, Max Chandler. And then we've got Warney next to him, Blake Warne. And then in lane 5, Levi Jarrett. So that's taken out by Max Chandler, who has a PB. And then we've got Blake Warne. He gets the second place. No, sorry. Levi Jarrett. Huge PB. They're all shouting him on. Fabulous job. Blake Warne, another PB. So the boys have smashed it. They've all done PBs there. So I didn't want to put any pressure on, but a little bit of pressure doesn't hurt, does it? It's a privilege. You know, people coin these phrases, you know, pressure's a privilege and all that. But you think to yourself, well, maybe.
Was it Kaylee or Molly that said that?
Yeah, pressure's a privilege. I think it might have been Molly O'Callaghan. And I think, yeah, well, it's all right to say that when you win the Olympic gold medal.
Yeah, exactly.
But if you've come fourth, hey.
So close, but yet so far.
Yeah, that's right. But I guess it is, you know, and I think the thing is, the explanation of that is like when you don't compete anymore, like when I'm at my age, you know, that butterfly nerves is a good nervousness. You know, you're in that adrenaline fight or flight. And, you know, it's not like stress pressure.
It's a different pressure.
It's a different pressure.
And it gets released as you swim.
Yeah, and I think it's good for the body to... And it's also a nice feeling to know that you can overcome that as an athlete and control your nerves, and it sets you up for life. But as you get older, well, I do miss that actually. You don't get that sort of butterflies.
Well, that's what made me want to come back after 20 years.
Yeah. Well,
that
it's
feeling.
Like, there's definitely endorphins there in your brain, isn't there?
Yes.
And it is a bit like a drug, really, you know, like a happy, you know, serotonin release.
Well,
Look
Sam,
at that. 107.
That's amazing.
That guy is just, that freestyle, I'm telling you, he just whizzed down that 25. And look, we've got a bit of a race on. Oof. Just lane 6 gets it. Eli Kerr. Lockie Bellion has swam another fantastic race. And we have a blanket of PBs again, so the boys did not let us down.
behind the blocks now, we have event 79. This is our girls 14, 15 years, 200-metre freestyle. Really exciting. We have 7 heats of girls 200 free, so lots of athletes electing to do one of the longer events on our country short course program. It's a middle distance race, the 200 freestyle. A lot of success internationally from our Australians. Molly O'Callaghan, a household name, Ariane Titmus, both girls battling it out constantly for that Australian record and world record. Maybe they had a little bit to say in motivating these youngsters into competing in this race today. As the girls come through, there are 8 laps to complete in a 200 free. That's 7 tumble turn opportunities to make up a little bit of ground. We know from Molly O'Callaghan, probably the best turner / underwater skills person in the world, and really, really important in an event like a 200 freestyle.
Well, you know, Dean Boxall calls her Mad Dog because, you know, she's like a dog with a bone. Like, you wouldn't really want to come up against her. So that rivalry between Ariane and her is ferocious, really. But they're still really good friends outside, so that's, you know, that's a good thing. But there's a lot to be said for doing an event like this and being the best in your school or something like that. Because, you know, you'll be like the Molly O'Callaghan of your school, won't you? And everyone knows who they are, so some of these girls, you know, will be emulating that kind of success just at a different level at this point.
Close race from those middle lanes here as the girls turn at the 150-metre mark on this wall. They have 50 metres left to swim. It is Isla Corlett of Geelong Swimming Club who will go through in first there.
They look lovely and smooth, don't they? There's no extra splashing of the arms. Those girls, hats off to them, they all look technically smooth, efficient and strong.
It's a great final 50 here. Isla pulling herself out into the lead even further. A last-minute fight back from lane 4. That's Deanna Vivian of Traralgon Swimming Club, but it's not going to be enough. Isla Corlett, great finish there. Her time, 2:27.22.
Oh, massive PB.
That's a huge PB for her. She'll be stoked about that swim. She looks back, big smile on her face.
You know, it's just about hurting yourself in the end. You know, if you're giving it your best, you can't ask any more. And that's what these guys are doing this afternoon.
100%.
I mean, I'm sitting here eating a chocolate and flagging, and they're getting up there and just absolutely smashing it. I mean, we did smash it once, didn't we? I mean, come on. Got to say, we pushed ourselves. I know that you were a fierce competitor, Kalia. And I myself would have hated to come up against myself too. Because, you know, I had the eye of the tiger to the point of which I would cry if I didn't win, which is
I think country championships just brings out something else in people, you know.
Yes.
You've got so many supporters, all those teammates, the atmosphere. And there's a bit of that country pride on the line. So we know that the athletes, they are tougher in the country. I'm 100% biased, not going to lie, but...
Well, we coach in the city, don't we, Kalia?
Yes.
And we know that they train really hard and everything. But I tell you, when you come to the country championships, I don't know, it just like really... Yeah, there's a completely different vibe. I mean, I love Victorian states and opens the next week and everything. But it's just raw competition, isn't it? And it's also the team atmosphere.
As we watch fellow Geelong swimmer Georgie Vague lead us through the first 100 there. She was out quickly. Looks on pace to do a good personal best as well.
Look at that. She's streaking ahead. Legs doing the 6-beat leg kick. 6-beat leg kick is where we call a cycle in freestyle 2 arm strokes, so 1 on each side. And it would be 6 kicks for those 2 arm strokes. So that's what a 6-beat leg kick. Now, if you watch, and I've just Katie Ledecky, she sometimes does a 2-beat leg kick, so saving her legs, and that's only 1 kick per one of those arms, one of those single arm strokes. So a 6-beat leg kick, she's really going for it in lane 3 here, isn't she?
So she's halfway down that final 25. Georgie Vague, no one is going to catch her from now. She comes under the flags. Entry time of 2:33, and she's gone 2:25.06. She'll take out heat 2.
All PBs there. I mean, literally, these girls are leaving nothing behind, are they?
She finished with the biggest smile on her face as well, and something that my mum always used to say is races hurt a lot less if you do well. So
yeah, that's right.
If you do a personal best, the pain, it just subsides. You look up, you see that time, you feel so much better immediately. It almost just evaporates, and I think that's what exactly has occurred there for Georgie, because she's still beaming.
Well, like childbirth, you know. You forget how painful it is afterwards when you've got a baby, you know. I mean, not that these girls will be experiencing that for a while.
On swimming than that, Sam. But
well, that's true. That's true.
So we get underway here for heat 3 out of our 7 heats of 14, 15-year-old girls, 200-meter freestyle.
Oh. What about the tattoo or the tattoo or
leading us through at the 100-meter mark, it's lane 5 here. Kate Crillier from Ballarat Swimming Club. She's gone out in a time of 1:08.4. Dragging her along beside her is Olivia Clark. Just 1 second behind on that halfway mark turn. The third 50, very important here as we see a little bit of shift in speed from lane 3. Genevieve Dennis of Warragul. Kate Crilly still looking nice and strong out in front. We'll see if she can bring in those legs a little more on this final 50. Olivia Clark just trying to pick up the pace, close that gap. Coming through swiftly is Hannah Sanders from Wangaratta Stingrays there too. Trying to get herself into the mix at the lead here, but Kate Crilly, I think she's going to hold on. Led start to finish. Never really looked in doubt as she comes down under the flags. To take out heat 3 in a time of 2:22.16. Olivia Clark in second there, 2:24.51. And Genevieve Dennis in third, 2:25.40.
We're already on heat 4. Sorry, I had a little bit of a coughing fit there before.
We're back on for heat 4. Throw a blanket across this field. all evenly paced on this first 50. All about that easy speed, trying to set up your race, what you want to hold for the next 350s. It's really important not to overdo the first 50. You'll end up with a lot of lactic acid in those legs, and you don't want that heavy feeling, particularly as you're coming down laps 7 and 8.
Yeah, that's right. You don't want to be using up all that oxygen, you know. You've only got 20 seconds worth of oxygen before you start going into oxygen debt and producing lactic acid. So when this is a race that's going to be over 2 minutes long, you know, you really don't want to get into that stage too quickly.
We've just seen Sienna Hunt, the girl in lane 4 from South Gippsland Bass, start to pick up the speed into that 100-metre mark wall, securing that lead. Her teammate beside her there, Nika McKenzie in lane 3. Going along with her, those people that you train with, you know what they're capable of, you know what they've done day in, day out. And if they can kind of put the foot down and go, you tend to know and be able to trust yourself there as well. And these girls side by side now, Nika really picked it up in that third 50. Great to see. And she's come off the wall ahead of Sienna Hunt into this final 50-metre leg.
Yes, look, you know, they're using each other to help each other. And I always say that when you're in the marshalling area, you know, it's you two against the rest of the field if you're teammates. And I guess, you know, it's a good leaf out of the Dean Boxall book. You know, there's Ariane and Molly, you know, duking it out. And sometimes one will win and sometimes the other will win. So, you know, it's helping each other out, and there's no harm in sometimes, you know, your friend winning and then you getting back at them.
The girls there helped each other out to some nice personal best times. Nika flew home in that final 25. She's taken out heat 4, so her time was 2:23. Heat 5 underway, and it was a quick start from lane 7, Alice Coulson of Wangaratta Swimming Club. She's on the far side of the pool in the yellow cup. Going out quickly with her was Holly Hembrow of Bendigo East. They've set the pace early on in this 200. Looks like Holly will get feet on the wall first at the 50-metre turn, 31.6.
Yeah, going out really well there. There's a fair few 200s freestyles this afternoon in the different age groups, so it's not an easy one to win the weekend with, but I've got to say these swimmers are really going for it, and you know, they look so strong. You've got to say Australia, it is the country to learn and to, you know, execute and race freestyle. Such depth here. And it's very close between lanes 2, lane 6 and lane 7. So Chelsea Roning, she's from Geelong, only 14 in this 14-15. Holly Hembrow is from Bendigo East, she's 15. And in lane 2 we've got, no sorry, beg my pardon, it's lane 5, Memphis Johnson. She's from Geelong Swimming Club.
Yeah, a couple of the girls in this 200 freestyle. It is the last day. If you've finished all of your main events, you can have a crack at something a little bit different. So I know a few of these girls, 200 free, not really what they're known for. But while we do have so many 200s on today, we do have a little bit of time to give some shout-outs. And first of all, a big shout-out to the guys at Big Voice Media who help us run our live stream via YouTube. Also really exciting, we've signed on again for our long course season with KO And a special shout out from me. My family is actually at home watching the swimming. So my mum and my brother Bryden are sitting down, being able to watch this event. They're up in Bendigo, unable to attend the swimming this weekend. So it's such a great opportunity for them to be able to watch. So big shout out to my mum Tam and my brother Bryden watching from home.
Well, I think I'll tag along on that with my parents, Billy and Paula, and they're over in England. And they do watch this on catch up. It's obviously a bit too early in the morning, but they do listen, and sometimes give me some pointers, which I really appreciate. And my kids, well, they will be watching in Melbourne, but whether they want to listen to Mum or not, I don't know. But hello, Bryden. I'm just going to say hello to you from Sam. Sitting next to Carly here. She's just saying what a great brother you are.
As the girls get underway in Heat 6, this is our second last heat of 200-metre freestyles. Just the Heat 7 girls left to swim after this. In the 14-15-year-old age group, taking it out quickly is lane 6 there, Claudia Croato from South Gippsland Bass.
She's part of the Steinman group of swimmers there at Geelong. She's not afraid to be taking it out either.
No, Jessie is looking great over on the far side of the pool here. She's turned in a 105.3. She's another one that's had a massive program of events this weekend. So good across the board at sprint and those distance races. Just a really tough athlete.
Yeah.
We've seen her pick up the pace here in this 150-metre leg.
She's got a really nice rhythm to her stroke, like a great catch at the front. Swims quite like the American girls swim. And then we've got a battle in lanes 5 and 6 and 4. So Summer Morgan there, she's 14 from Geelong. Hannah Buchanan from Ballarat, 14, and Claudia Croato from South Gippsland Bass. So we're on this last 50. Let's see who can break off on. It looks like the Ballarat swimmer, Hannah Buchanan. And she seems to be catching up to Jessie Steinman. Jan at Ballarat, the coach there, he must have been doing some great back-end work because she has really come back in that 50.
Yeah, those Ballarat girls have really been performing this weekend, and it's so fantastic to see. As Jessie takes out Heat 6, the time is 2:12.91. Hannah finishing there in second, and Summer Morgan finished off nicely to take third out of Heat 6.
Yeah, they were fantastic times. 2:15 when you've never been under 2:20. That's marvellous. I've got to say that also Jan is on an app called Gold Class Swimming, which parents can tune into. There's a parents element of it, and it's for swimming coaches. We have Lee Nugent, ex-head coach of the Australian swim team, Rowan Taylor, who's the current head coach of the Australian swim team, and Gary Barclay, who is a coach and works for Swimming Australia. And they have Gold Class Swimming. So if anyone wants to sign up to that, it's well worth the money. But look at these girls go. This is the final heat. They'll have just seen the girls that have gone 2:15. And some of the girls here, that's their PB, so they know they're going to have to do a personal best time to get that. But absolutely no fear from lane 6 and lane 3. Claire Matheson from Ballarat Gold and lane 3, Zali Schneiders from Geelong. Fearless. They're out there and they're really going to go for it.
Zali's had some great swims. She went sub 5 minutes in the 400 IM this afternoon.
Wow.
Or this morning, I should say. Fantastic job. 200 freestyle, one of her better events. Had a great national age this year. Picked up a couple of medals.
Fantastic.
So she actually qualified for national opens and trials in the 200 freestyle event, which is phenomenal for someone who is only 14 years old, so one of the youngest athletes in this 14, 15-year-old field.
Yes. Well, she's one to look out for the future, definitely.
100%. It's a great family as well. She's a hard-working athlete, and that's all we can ask for from our swimmers is they put their head down, they train hard, and the results will come, and I think she's a testament to that.
Yeah, absolutely. Can't ask any more than that. And, you know, sometimes there'll be a point where they may not PB. 2:07.89, that's fantastic.
It's a super quick swim for the fourth session of these country short course championships. She'll take out the win there. Coming in second was Claire Matheson, 2:12.89. She just narrowly got in front of Phoebe Balcom of Traralgon, who flew home there for a 2:13.12.
Excellent swimming. I wonder how many of these swimmers will be swimming at Victorian Opens next week, of which we will be doing a live stream.
There could definitely be a few. I'm pretty sure, though, just on a medals perspective there, I believe Jessie Steinman's time was a 2:12, so she will have snuck a medal in that one from the heat previously. So just for some awareness. We do have, our state open championships next weekend down at Melbourne Sports and Aquatic Centre. A lot of these athletes, though, their big competition for the season will be coming up in September, and that's where we have our state age championships. So they get to race not only the athletes from the country, but our metropolitan kids. And there's nothing better for a country athlete than beating a kid from the city, I think.
Yes, that's right. Absolutely. You know what? It's like taking a scalp, isn't it, really? They're just in there to prove a point that they are tough. It's like when I come from the northeast of England, and it's the same if you go down south, you just want to beat the southerners. You know, it's like that friendly rivalry. So,
and we love a little bit of friendly rivalry.
That's what drives, you know, it's like in an international perspective, the Australians versus the USA. You know, that's what drove such great swimming, wasn't it? You know, that kind of rivalry.
It really does, especially when you smash them like guitars. I think that's the way to go. But we are now into event 80 on your program. This is heat 1 in the water of the boys 14, 15 years, 200-metre freestyle. It's a quick swim from Jared Tegal of South Gippsland Bass out of lane 5. He's got a body length on the next boys in this field as it comes down to turn with 50 metres left to swim.
Well, I don't think he'll be caught. Depends if he's got any sprint to finish off in him, or whether he's a pure distance swimmer and has had to go out fast from the start. But his stroke looks very comfortable. Well, definite PB here by a long way. Yeah, he's got a 2:10 and his entry time was a 2:17. It's nearly 8 seconds, 2:17.99. Second, McConnell Malone, Bendigo East. And third, lane 3, Oscar Voitha from Warrnambool Swimming Club. Wonderful swimming.
Now on to our second heat of the 200 free, the boys, 14-15. We have two 14-year-olds in here, Noah Warren from Moe and Oliver Dyer from Sale.
And there's another two teammates from Moe next to each other. We've got Zane Poxton in lane 2, and Noah Warner. So they could be pushing themselves along down this bottom bottom end, along with lane 4, Reese Hornsby from Geelong Swimming Club. I wonder how the points tally's going between Geelong and Traralgon. Geelong was up yesterday, that's the inside scoop, so it's all down to today. Traralgon, they took out this country championships for about 10 years, didn't they? Geelong in a row. And last year, it fell to Geelong. And so let's see if they've either come back at it or whether Geelong's going to take it out again. No,
it's always exciting, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Because there is a trophy.
The first 10 clubs get an acknowledgement of some sort. So it's those first 10 positions are up for grabs.
We've got an outside smoker here in lane 8, Hugh Munro from South Gippy Bass. Look at him. In fact, he's in the lead with 25 to go. Well done, Hugh Munro, coming in there. He's got a 2:17, but it's going to be close between Geelong and South Gippy Bass. Oh, yes, just Hugh Munro, 2:10.31 from Reese Hornsby from Geelong. And then in lane 5, Hamish Knight, Bendigo Hawks. I do like those Moe caps though, the nice red cap with the sort of curvy Moe motif on. Quite like those. They're a bit like our caps, the Caulfield Aquatic and Florida Gators have gone. So at Caulfield, our motif is in that curvy font, and which is like the Florida Gators, where a lot of the top Americans come from. So maybe Moe's taken that tack. Lane 5 here, taking it out. Campbell Nicholson, he's from
the outside
Warragul.
lanes look like they're taking it out. Lane 1.
Oh, look at him go. Maximilian Brocklesby. Now, I've heard that name. So I think, yeah, he may not have a fast entry time, but I think he's a very capable swimmer. Lovely clean entry on lane 5. Campbell Nicholson from Warragul. You can see he stretches out in front, and a nice clean catch on clean water makes such a big difference.
Well, that first 100 was done in just over a minute, 1:01.
Wow. Well, I think we've got
so
another
if he
PB
maintains
on the
that,
cards.
then certainly would be a lovely PB.
Well, definitely. Look, he's got a 1:35 there. So you're looking at, if he comes back in 35, which is easily done, he's got a PB. But I reckon he's going to go under 110. 210, sorry. 110, that would be fast, wouldn't it?
He'd be done by now.
Oh, definitely. He's only got half a lap to go, and he's only on 2:01. And look over in lane 1. Coming back like a storm. Yeah, 2:07.90 from Maximilian Brockleby. That's a 7-second PB. 2:08, and then a 2:11 for lane 3. Ben Hynam, Geelong Sharks. So racking up the points again, Geelong.
It'll certainly be interesting.
All right, 2 heats left. Oh, look, lane 4 means business. That's Marley Sutherland, Ballarat Gold.
Looks like there's been a scratching from lane 8. So Jake Burley not swimming this one.
And Brody Cargill, as we mentioned, the Cargills. Look, he's taking it out too for the home team of Traralgon. So lane 3 and lane 6. Oh, sorry, 7 at the moment, but 6 is keeping in contact as well. That's Raphael Rush from Geelong Sharks. So lane 3, William Simmons. Lane 4, Marley Sutherland. Lane 6, Raphael Rush, and lane 7, Brody Cargill. Well, it could be anybody's. They've turned in 60, so that's a great first 100. Once again, unless they come back and have a real disaster, these are going to be great times from these boys.
Another one from the outside lane in lane 7.
Yeah, Brody Cargill, he's just absolutely killing it. Lane 4 and lane 7. I think lane 4, he's looked over and spotted him. Brody's breathing towards Marley Sutherland. Marley Sutherland's choosing to breathe away. On this last 25, let's see. Yes, Marley Sutherland's breathing towards Brody Cargill, and Brody Cargill is breathing towards Marley Sutherland. They're eyeballing each other, you can tell. Who's going to get that touch? Lane 4. 104.44. Brody Cargill, 104.53.
Marley Sutherland.
Lane 5, literally. Lane 3, William Simmons, 205. There's some great times this afternoon.
Oh, the fact that they're still getting PBs at this time of the day, hats off to them.
Just hanging tough, aren't they? Right, these guys know what they've got to do. Let's see how many of these boys can get under 2 minutes. It's quite the barrier. It's a real, milestone to get under that 2 minutes.
It's like the 100 free to get under that one.
Get under that minute, yeah, absolutely. You might not get a medal, but if you get under 2 minutes, it's, you can't ask any more than that, can you?
And for
so
a
they're all going out in
15-year-old,
27, so it's on the cards. Look at these two in lane 4 and 5. We've got Oliver McCormack, Ballarat Gold, and Zachary Shearer from South Gippsland Bass. They're really going for it. 56, 57, 59. All right, you need to be under a minute to come back to get under that 2 minutes. So we could have 4 boys under this 2 minute mark. Come and duke it out, boys. That's it. 3 turn together. The first 2 are out clear. A sneaky look there from lane 4. Oliver McCormack looks across at lane 5, but yeah, he knows he's got it in the bag. Those legs have really come in now. Lane 5, Zachary Shearer, he's South Gippy Bass. He's keeping it tough. And in lane 6, Harrison Main, Wodonga City. Look at him go! Look at this! For second. Ooh. Oh, yes, 3 of them under. We've got 155. Great win.
Well done, boys.
Oliver McCormack, secondary. Zachary Shearer, 158.65. And lane 6, absolutely smashes under that 2 minute barrier. Harrison Main, only 14 years of age, came back. Well, I'd love to see that split on that last 50.
Certainly was a strong finish. Now on to event 81, the girls 16 to 17, 100 metre breaststroke. We have, initially there was 3 heats, but heat 1 and heat 2 are combined.
Gotta say, these race suits, they're not cheap. These high-tech race suits.
Starting to go up into thousands,
and also getting into them is not easy. That's a art form in itself. Nice clean dive from those girls. Now that butterfly kick that they do on that breaststroke pull out, they can either do it before they do their pull out or after, and it's just preference.
Preference, yes. So whatever works for their stroke.
And they can do that. They can do that 3 times off the dive, and no, actually 4 times off the dive and 3 turns. So yeah, it really does make a big difference to train and to make sure that your underwater works the best it can be.
And then it's a fast turn as well. You just touch the wall and turn around and get that perfect glide off that wall.
Absolutely. And getting that spring off the wall,
yes,
to be able to carry that on, give you that extra bit of momentum down this last 25. So it's a really close race here. Lane 3, Olivia Bailey
coming down for their last
lane 6,
15
Sienna
metres.
Wood.
And it does look like Olivia from Traralgon.
Yeah, she gets that. So it's Traralgon, Warrigal, and then lane 2.
And she's come down with a PB of 1:23.58.
Yeah, Macy Kane there from Warrnambool takes 3rd position. You sit down. All right, now, Rani Matheson and Sienna Matheson are sisters. And here's another bit of sibling rivalry going on. And as I say, South Gippsland Bass, they are training quite a lot on breaststroke, and it's really shown. But Sarah Proverley in lane 6 from Geelong Swimming Club's up there.
It looks like Rani's coming
in strongly. She really is going for it. I mean, she's got great low turns. You know, she doesn't slow down on that turn. And she is commanding this race. But there's a real battle on between Matheson number 2 and Sarah Proverley. I had the pleasure of coaching Sarah Proverley when she was only 11 years old at Sale. They moved to Geelong. Always was a lovely breaststroke swimmer, but we've got another Geelong swimmer, Ellie Morgan, coming up.
Oh, that was a tight finish.
Wow. 2:13, 2:17, 2:17.8. Lane 4, Rani Matheson.
So the sisters are first and
Sienna Matheson,
second.
and then Sarah Proverley for Geelong brings it home in a 1:17.80, just holding off her teammate Ellie Morgan.
This is now event 82, the boys 16, 17 years, 100 metre breaststroke. We have 3 heats in this event, and in the water is heat 1. Just the 4 athletes here: Andreas Guinness, Thomas Smith, Kane Reynolds, and Alec Jarvis. The centre of the pool, our birthday boys for the weekend, Thomas Smith and Kane Reynolds. Leading us around at the 50-metre mark, though, it is Andreas. Just 0.2 in front of Thomas there. It's a good underwater from Thomas Smith. Came off the wall into the lead onto that third lap. Andreas a little bit faster in the swim element. So it will come down to this final 10 metres. From a fast finishing Kane Reynolds there. And Reynolds, last lap special, 1:15.16. He'll take first place for Heat 1.
Very close finish there. And Heat 2's in the water now, doing their first 50. And looks like outside lane, Chase Briggs from Ballarat Gold turned in first. Still keeping up his stroke rate. Coming into the last 10 metres of this third lap.
Chase Briggs, the one these boys are going to have to chase down in this final 25 here.
And the other boys are catching up to him.
I think they're just going to run out of pool though. So Chase Briggs, 1:12.70. Big celebration from Chase there. Happy with that time. As the boys get ready for the third and final heat of the 16-17 years 100-metre breaststroke.
And our final heat for event 82. And turning around in equal first would be Ash and Edward in the middle of the pool and heading down for their first 100.
Meddings looking very good here. Ash Nichols has some great skills in underwaters though. He makes up a lot of ground off the turns. But Meddings too good in the swim. Look at the man go. That quick stroke rate turns into that final 25. He is your leader. Ash Nichols sitting in second. And on the other side, we've got Tom Urquhart from Ballarat. He's having a great swim as well. He's a longer distance freestylers normally, Tom, so good to see him here in this breaststroke race doing really well. But Ed Meddings, untouchable Ed, 1:03.61.
He'll be happy with that one. now onto event 83, the girls 18 and over 100 freestyle.
We have just 2 heats in this event in the water here. Heat 1 in lane 3, we have Trinity O'Keefe. Lane 2, Georgia Turner. Lane 3, Trinity O'Keefe. Lane 4, Georgia Turner. Lane 5, Tamai Del Pozo. And lane 6, Kira Tiuma. 100 freestyle, one of the longer events for our 18 and over athletes at these championships. The butterfly, backstroke and breaststroke events all being 50-metre races. Leading us down the final leg here is Tamai Del Pozo of South Gippsland Bass. She is looking good. I think she's going to take the win here in Heat 1. The time is a 104.74. Nice little PB for her. Girls in Heat 2 underway here. Nicole Briscoe's out well. Feet onto the wall first, though might have been Celeste Alice over in lane 6. Celeste very happy this is the final swim of the day. Another one of those girls with a heavy program as Nicole turns in a time of 29.09. Stephanie Moran in lane 5, just behind there, 29.3. So we come down that third 25. Stephanie Moran just appears to have taken over that lead. Those nice long legs hitting the wall first. And off the underwater, she's held onto that lead, but here comes Nicole Briscoe charging down. It's neck and neck. It might be Stephanie in front. Time the finish. 1/100th, Nicole Briscoe. The luck is ever in her favour today. That's the second event she's won by 100th of a second, I believe. So 1:00.13 for Nicole, 1:00.14 for Steph. And then Celeste picks up bronze in that race in a time of 1:02.01. This is event 84. We originally had 3 heats of our men's 18 and over 100 freestyle, but we have combined a couple of athletes missing. So this is heat 1 and 2 together. Across the field, lane 7. Dane Schneider of Ballarat Gold leading us around.
It's a bit of needle in this race, isn't it? You know, men's 100 freestyle.
Brandon Wilson just taking over. That third lap. Really smooth swim from Brandon.
Very nice.
Almost looks like he's not trying. Going easy.
Yeah, that's right.
As it comes down to touch here. He'll take the win there, 56.37.
Yes, he did look like that. Maybe, you know, he's a 200 man.
Don't tell that to him. I'm pretty sure he considers himself a 50-metre swimmer, old Brando.
Does he? well, he's got a beautiful stroke technique, got to say. Right, here we go. It's a bit of the big guns coming in. So here's Joe Bailey again. See what he can do. Caden Gill, though, the coach. He also does bodybuilding, so he's got a lot of strength. Does he have the endurance for this second 50?
Joel Bailey's led us through 25.48.
And on the outside,
Gill just behind, but it's going to be close. Ooh. Joel v. Caden, there was nothing in it on that turn. Joel the better on the underwaters there. We know Caden's got strength. Does he have endurance? On to touch. I think Joel's going to get that one. It's a great time there. 51.93.
Well, that equals Caden Gill's best time. So even if he tried to do his best time, it still would have only equaled. So we've got lane 4, Caden Gill, 52, not far off his PB. So yes, I was thinking he was a distance swimmer. Maybe not.
We're back to our juniors, our girls 11 and under, 100 metre freestyle. This is event 85. We have 5 heats this afternoon for our girls in the water heat 1.
Well, this is more like a 200 for these young girls, you know, instead of it being the sprint that the older ones have just done. Really, 100 is more like a 200 when you're younger. But you still have to try and get out there. Gives you great confidence to get out and be able to look back and see your competitors behind you. And with every stroke, try and push your competitors back. So we have in lane 5 here, Sophie McKenzie from Benalla. Beautiful technique there, gotta say. Great stroke rate. She's got the cadence that looks like she could be a 200 or 400 swimmer as well. So she's had a smashing swim here, coming in to win. 1:18.50. Nice PB, 4 seconds. Then we have second, Ava Lucas from South Gippsland Bass. And third, lane 7, Evie Hayes on the outside from Geelong Swimming Club. They have all done PBs by a long way. Well done, girls. So heat 2, we have 5 heats of this girls 100 freestyle. The middle lanes, lane 5 taking this out. We've got Addison Hendley, Ballarat Gold Swimming Club. Got a 10-year-old in here, Chloe Harvey Bredden from Seymour and District. I know Seymour and District were looking for a coach last year, but they must have found one, and very happily having a good showing here. So it's very close. Lanes 5 and 6. So Addison Hendley and Chloe Harvey Bredden duking it out, but also in lane 3, Daisy Gilliam Rodden, South Gippsland Bass. Oh, she's coming through. I think she's going to take it. Yes, a 1:18.37. Lane 6, Chloe Seymour, 10 years old, gets the second. And lane 5, Addison from Ballarat gets third. Now we're down to well under 120 for these girls, so they'll be looking at the 115 mark as a bit of a milestone for them, won't they, Anya?
And there's Ray from Bendigo East, our 10-year-old, and another 10-year-old, Talia from Traralgon.
Yes, on the outside. It's really neck and neck. It's a bit of a blanket at the moment, although we do have lane 4 that she's going to turn first.
Stella from Bendigo East.
Well, with a 34, you'd think you'd be going under 115, wouldn't you? And then we've got 35 and 2 36s. 4 36s, so, you know, let's hope they all get under 115. That would be fantastic for those girls.
Absolutely, these little girls just starting off their competition side.
Yeah, you got to try not to breathe in and out of that turn if you can, but you know, often they really need their oxygen. They're only 10 and 11 years old, so you can spare them the, you know, the critique there. In they 1:12.25, 1:14, 1:15.
5-second PB.
Very nice. So lane 4 wins Stella McIntosh. Lane 5 second, Matilda De Fazio from Benalla. Emma Libbets from Geelong Sharks gets third. Stella McIntosh's friend, like that, Summer McIntosh, S. McIntosh. It's quite a great name to have. All right, lane 4 is Lily McCormack, Ballarat Gold. There's the 3 Ballarat Gold swimmers together. So having teammates, it'll be a race for who gets the relay place or the fastest lead off in the relay at state championships, because remember, the country and the city come together and there are relay teams for that. So some of these girls may turn 12 years of age.
But out in front is lane 4, Lily McCormack.
Yeah, she's right out there.
Turning for the last lap.
Now we've got a minute, so the clock's ticking by. So between 1:15 and 1:10 would be great. Oh, it's very close to 1:10. 1:11.86, nice.
She'll be happy with that.
In lane 6. And then lane 5, 1:14.04. Fantastic swimming.
And our final heat. And we have a 9-year-old.
We do, in little Georgie Kennett there.
From Ballarat Gold. That's impressive. So she'll be aiming to get lower than 1:13.
And we remember all these girls will be in primary school. So, you know, racing, but maturely like this, I mean, they've got such lovely technique, these girls. And to think they are only in primary school, marvellous. 31.28 out in. That's going to be well under a 1:10. Another milestone. So Lauren Davenport really going for it. Her friend Stella McIntosh, she won. These girls both go to the same school, so they must be a great asset for their school team.
Absolutely.
But it's Geelong.
Geelong, yep.
Lane 5 has brought it home.
In a 1:06.15.
Rania Snyder's 1:06.15. My goodness. Lane 4, Lauren Davenport, 1:07.38. And lane 3, third, Claire Baker, Ballarat GCO, 1:08.07. And in lane 2, Millie Leisure, she's from Geelong Swimming Club. She's also gone under that 1:10. Fabulous swimming there. Now, we've got to, if you think that lane 8 is quite large for an 11-year-old, you would be correct because he isn't. Cooper Sutherland missed that 18 and over 100 freestyle, so he's doing a time trial here in the end lane. 51, I think, won that, didn't it? So, yeah, so he'll be going for that kind of time, Cooper Sutherland, his name is. But the other boys needn't worry, all right? He's not 11. They're just going to have to put that to the back of their mind. There's no wash because there's a whole lane between them, and they're really battling it out in lane 5 and 6. Oh, 53-52. I'm not sure if that gets him in the medals.
Looks like a season best. No, 53.52 for it.
Yeah, nice time, but it's a race here
in
the 11-year-old boys. Look at this. 1:16.88. That is a huge personal best for lane 8. Oof. Marvellous swimming that. Lane 3. That's Xander. He's only 10 from Traralgon. What a brilliant time there. Those boys smashed it. .35.11, that's a great turn. Well done, lane 4 there. Samuel Russell, Gisborne Thunder, only 10 years old. Got a lot of 10-year-olds in this heat. Jack Baker next to him, lane 5. He's from Shepperton, he's also 10. Lane 3, Jordan Galaccio is 11 from Traralgon, Homeboy, and Flynn Cox, 11 from Yarrawonga, Mawala Swimming Club. Here they come into the finish. Strong finish, boys. Good to see the leader there holding his breath from the flags to the finish. 1:14.7, 5-second PB. Second, lane 6, Flynn Cox from Yarrawonga. And lane 5 is third in a 1:17 as well. Jordan Galaccio from Traralgon. Heat 3, this 1100 boys. We have a 9-year-old from Traralgon, Riley O'Mara. He's in lane 8. We have 4 10-year-olds and 3 11-year-olds. So it's quite a mix of age groups in this. Lane 3 though.
Spencer Stanley from Geelong. He's out in the lead, fighting back now, lane 4. Patterson Norman from Lara.
Yeah, lanes 1, 3 and 4, so it's all at one end at the moment. See them eyeballing each other. Oh no, they're not. One's breathing away. Let's see if they look at each other on the way back down this final 25. Yes, they are.
They were stroke for stroke coming into that third turn. Looked like Spencer got the better of the underwaters as they come into this final 10 metres. The swimmer from Geelong just in front here, down to touch. It will be Spencer Stanley, 1:14.34. Patterson Norman in second there, 1:14.97. So similar times to the heat previously, those 1:14s.
Absolutely.
Very competitive from heat 2. As we move along to our final heat of the boys, 11 and under 100-metre freestyle, heat 4.
And really, these boys are going to be looking for 110s and under. Billy Main, been told by the officials, a very polite boy. He's been really good in the call room. So big shout out to him for being such a good lad.
Yeah, he's had a fantastic meet this weekend. He's looking very strong in the first 50 of this 100.
Lane 3 though, he's not letting him away. Ryder Telford, that's Vic cap on. He's obviously gained a lot of confidence from going to that Australian Schools Championships.
Bailey Stone making a little bit of a late comeback into the race here in lane 5. He might have just overtaken Ryder Telford into that second spot.
This is a great race. They're hanging tough, aren't they? Look at this.
I'm going to fight all the way on to that finish. It looks like Billy Main will get there.
He does.
Super close, only 4/100ths between second and third. So it'll be Bailey Stone who picks up silver and Ryder Telford who gets the bronze.
Just look at those times at the end of this weekend. You know, 5-second PBs. Everybody doing personal best times. These kids are really tough. They're doing a great job. Okay, a bit of a change of pace. We've got the girls 12-13, 200 metres freestyle. The record for this is a 2:06.97. Now that's a really quick time for 12-13 year girls, and that's held by Caitlin Schneider from Geelong. That was set way back in 2006. So that's an 18-year record. Let's see if the girls can get near that today, but that is some kind of time of 2:06.
Now we do have 9 heats of our girls 12-13 years 200-metre freestyle on offer for you guys to watch. And while we're going through these, we do have Josh Briller here from Swimming Victoria, who's going to have a little bit of a chat to us about countries. As an ex-country swimmer yourself from Mildura, what does countries mean to you, and what is it about this competition that just brings everyone to life and makes people swim so fast?
Yeah, I think it's just your classic country environment. Everyone, gets to see each other. It's the camaraderie between all the teams, getting together for your 2 events, so your long course and your short course season. Coming together and getting to see each other race and just getting together. It's really great environment.
Now, you do work for Swimming Victoria now, but you've had such a heavy part and role within the Mildura Swimming Club, from athlete to coach. You had the opportunity to work with the events team who organised the most recent country championships in Mildura. Do you still get to watch those Mildura athletes compete, and how nice is it to be able to see them race at a country championships?
Yeah, it's really great. Like, I was obviously really heavily involved with Mildura Swimming Club, and yeah, it's obviously really great to see them along here at the country championships as well, and supporting this event and being able to watch them and see them do some great times as well, which has been really nice.
Now, Josh, we're here at the Gippsland Regional Aquatic Centre, and it's such a gorgeous indoor pool, really new. Back earlier this year, we had our first ever country long course championships as an indoor pool. How was that experience?
Yeah, it was really great. It was, like I said, the very first time the long course championship was ever in an indoor facility. It was a little bit of a, controversy, I guess, when it was announced. But yeah, when it was here and it was done, like Gippsland Swimming are great with hosting country championships. They've done a fantastic job over the past 10 years, hosting many, many different championship events all across Gippsland, and it was another great championship meet hosted by Gippsland.
As we just wait for the girls to start this next heat. Something that is also a little bit different from back when even yourself swam and I swam. We now have all these amazing gadgets and timing systems. We have touchpads at country short course, which we haven't had really before until the recent years. We have our backstroke ledgers. We've got kickers on the blocks. What difference does that make for these country kids and giving them the opportunity to utilise these systems and the ability to get faster qualifying times and things for state championships?
Yeah, it's a great thing. I guess having the country championships out in the country regions, it builds that relationship between the country clubs and the country districts, with the councils, as long as the facility management as well. Being able to upgrade the facilities, I could very easily say that if there was no such thing as a country championships out in the country regions, none of these facilities would be here. Or in regard, those little equipments in regards to your touchpads and all of that, because that's what people want to be coming to for a country championship or a championship event, and that's what the metro people have. So it's great that the country areas are now starting to get that.
Now, speaking of centres and upgrading pools, our naming partner for our country long course season is Mattioli. It's so great to have these sponsors come on board and support us and swimming in Victoria. So we had Adam from Mattioli in here yesterday having a chat about what those guys do, and part of their partnership and sponsorship towards us is their ability to come along to events like these championships and meet people from different districts, different regional areas and centres, and get contacts. What kind of event, or what does this event mean to those sort of people, and for Swimming Victoria to be able to get out there and actually chat to clubs and the opportunity to talk to people on deck? How good is that for you guys?
Yeah, it's obviously great that we get to be able to speak to clubs out in the country, because we're obviously based in Melbourne, so it is good to be able to get out into the regions, and everyone's here from the country. Pretty much all the clubs, the majority are here, so it's good to be able to get to see them. We obviously had a club forum today in between the sessions, so it was really good to hear everyone's thoughts, and it's obviously just stepping forward and going forward. And with Mattioli, it's great for them to have the connections as well, that they can upgrade the facilities potentially in those country regions as well.
Now, I know what you're actually dying to tell me about is our country long course championships coming up in January. Where are they going to be hosted? Just remind us all.
Yes, so they will be in Mildura in January 2025. So it's from the 18th to the 20th. And yeah, so based on that there, it's obviously a great deal that the council has done with the clubbers along with Swimming Victoria as well. So the club is going to the council's purchasing touchpads and a scoreboard for the country championships, along with doing some major upgrades to the pool as well. And yeah.
It'll be super exciting. I'm hoping Mildura will turn on the weather. I think the word around on pool deck is how excited most of the athletes are to get a tan. I'm not sure how some of these kids from the colder epicenters of Victoria will go. It's also going to be back to an outdoor pool and racing, so that also comes into play. What differences are there between that short course and long course season and the outdoor pools and the country vibe compared to these indoor centres?
Yeah, so obviously with the outdoor pools, you've got the sun factor, or the weather factor even. You look at Wangaratta last year, we had to call off one of the sessions because there was a big lightning storm that came through. So there's, all of those those different environments that you have to come up against. So you're just obviously always hoping for your good environments and your good weather, compared to your indoor pools where it's a bit more in that controlled environment. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, we are all certainly looking forward to Country Long Course Championships. I know it's one of my favourite competitions. It always has been as an athlete, and even coming through as a coach, getting to coach for Geelong Swimming Club and Bendigo Hawks. It was always such an exciting time of year. So we really look forward to heading up to Mildura, and it's great for everyone, I think, to do that travel up there because our Mildura athletes are constantly attending meets in Melbourne. They've travelled 8 hours to be here today. So I think it's nice that they get a rest for one weekend and can be at their home pool, and everyone else has the chance to go and experience what tropical northern Victoria has on offer.
Yeah, that's right, and that's one of the new tourism slogans up in Mildura. So the tropical northern Victoria that the Visit Mildura and the Mildura Rural City Council has put out. So a bit of a tongue-in-cheek type of thing to go up against the Queensland and the Sunshine Coast, the Gold Coast sort of thing. So trying to steal some of their visitors. But yeah, another great thing is they've just last week council or the Mildura Rural City Council have just given Mildura $20,000 to host the event as well. So they're really financially committed to, or the council is really financially committed to putting on this great event.
So what you're telling me is it sounds like they can afford to up the commentators' rate of pay. Just kidding. As we go back into the pool here, that is the completion of Heat 3 of the girls. 12-13 years, 200-metre freestyle. I did mention earlier, 9 heats of the girls here. So that's a massive field of these youngsters having a crack at 200 freestyles. Now, I do have Josh Barilla from Swimming Victoria still here in the commentary box with me, so I am going to pick his brain. Josh is also a coach. 200 freestyle girls, youngsters, for a lot of them, not many opportunities prior to these competitions to race this event. Obviously, they had to qualify, but 12-year-olds don't really do 200s all that much. What's the race plan? What's probably going through their head in this race?
Yeah, well, I personally never liked the 200 freestyle. I always found it very hard to pace it. It was either a sprint or is it long distance. It's very hard to differentiate that. But yeah, like it's a tough age group to go into that 200 freestyle from when you're 12. You just come from the 11 and unders where you're doing your 50s and your 100s, and you start to step up that little bit to do a little bit more of those longer distance events with the 200 freestyle and even the 200 IM as well. It's just go out hard and try to hold on to it sometimes.
Yeah, well, we know Josh doesn't really like any event longer than 50 metres unless it's breaststroke, and even then maybe 100. As the girls come into that halfway mark here, 1:13.18 there. So it is lane 4 leading us through with 50 metres left to swim. Jeddah Tagal, South Gippsland Bass. Following her into the wall there, Holly Bannister of Warrigal Swimming Club. So there we have it, Jeddah 2:30.47. 9-second drop in time from the girl from South Gippsland Bass there.
Hi, I'm back with you. This is Sam. We're in heat 5 of this 200 freestyle. The girls are just coming up to 150. It's the 12-13 years girls 200 freestyle, and in lane 3 we have Charlotte McConville. She's been leading out there for this 150, so let's hope she can hold on for this last 50. Lane 4, Ruby McRae. She's coming up to her, onto her, you can see her leg kick. This final 50, and on the outside in lane 6, Keziah Wolf from Mansfield is putting a really great effort on in this last 25 freestyle. I always like the leader to hang on, so when I get behind lane 3, Charlotte McConville, yes, she takes it out at a 2:31.21, a very good PB there. Lane 6 second, so just Keziah came through there from Mansfield. 2:32, 5-second PB, and then lane 4, Ruby McRae, South Gippsland Bass, another huge personal best time. We have a full field, and taking it out in lane 8 is Isabella Croato. That's a name we've heard a lot about, and her sister. So she's taking this right out, not afraid to go out there in the first 50 in 32.39. So that's a pretty fast time for 50 freestyle. She must have confidence in her fitness. I do love someone who can put it all on the line. I mean, if you know, just really going for it and testing yourself, you never know what you can do unless you just put it on the line and really give it a good red hot go. So lane 3 is Mercedes Kaiser-Leo. I had the pleasure of coaching her Lovely long strokes. In fact, everyone here, really lovely freestyle, relaxed strokes, heads looking down. All their coaches coaching the right things. So, still out in lane 8, nearest to me, Isabel Croato. She's coming up to just over 50 metres to swim. And a commanding lead. I don't think people will be able to see her apart from lane 7. Will know that she's in front. 1:46.27. You're looking at very close to a low 1:20. When considering her entry time is a 2:36.16. We've got a 2:04 when she turns for the last, so 20 seconds say, so I'm sure it'll be under a 2:24. We're coming up to 19, 20, 21, 2:23.44. Fantastic. 10-second, 13-second personal best. 2:27 from lane 2. Scarlett Gilmore, 2:34.56 was her entry time, so it's another 7-second PB. And in lane 7, she was 3rd. Chloe Rawson, again a 7-second personal best time. That's fantastic. Come on, girls, you can see in this heat 7, the other girls have all been smashing their personal best time, so gives you confidence to know that you can do it. If they've been doing it, so can you. So Miller Said from Traralgon, she's only 12, she's the home girl. She's in lane 4. Straighter arm stroke freestyle. Very good low breathing, one goggle in, one goggle out. You can hardly see her breathe. I mean, that's great. What a great technique. They've all gone out in 32 and 33. This is going to be a fast timed final. So let's see what they turn in. They've got 25 to go. If they can get in the teens, just over 1:10. I think it's going to be that when they turn for this 100. And it's a battle between teammates Chloe Schwarek and Miller Said. They've both turned in a 1:09, with lane 3 Taryn Aldred from Geelong Swimming Club turning in a 1:10. So considering their entry times are a 2:30, this is going to be some race. All right, penultimate end to this 50. It's battle between teammates. Chloe Schwarzek is just, taking it to Miller Said. Come on, girls. That's it. It's a bit of an Arnie Titmus and Molly O'Callaghan situation here from these girls.
Same club.
Same club.
Train together.
That's it. Come on.
And it's those underwaters.
Yeah, dig
so
deep.
important to train those underwaters during training, because that's where you can win a race.
Yeah, they're coming in. It's just coming up to 2:20, so 2:23.59. 7-second personal best. Lane 4, Miller Said.
Very big PB.
Also the same. And lane 3 gets 3rd. Taryn Aldred from Geelong in the 2:28. Personal best time as well there by 2 seconds.
And off to our second last heat.
Yes, it is. It's heat 8. 9 heats of this 200 freestyle.
That's huge. That's a lot of girls 12 to 13 who have qualifying times.
And really, you know, it's 12, 13, and the amount of 12-year-old girls that have qualified for this a year underage, you know, because you've got a qualifying time. It's not just like, because you swim, you can get in.
Yeah.
And just to make that, and they're not easy qualifying times.
No,
they're really tough.
So these girls have worked hard for the last year.
Yes, they have.
To be able to get these times.
And look, they go for it. They're going out in 32 and 33 seconds. You know, some people do that for a 50 in a race. So this is a very strong age group, and it's got a lot of depth. So it's exciting.
Absolutely. Well, it starts from the elite, and it's all going down to the grassroots, isn't it? So our freestyle women in Australia are so strong.
Oh, well, even America with their population doesn't have the depth that we have in the freestyle women's events.
And the thing is, we don't have the college system like America does.
That's
so
right.
you go to university, you
well,
don't have
I went out there myself. I went to LSU in the Deep South. I was at Louisiana State University with the Shaq, who was a basketball player. But I didn't know who he was at the time, but apparently
you got
he's
to know
him? Yeah, well, yeah, I did, and he's a big star. And very nice person too. But they've got the opportunity to go and get a full ride, get university paid for and things like that, and get well looked after and be able to train full time. Even some of their academics, you know, it can get elongated.
Extended, yes. They've got that extra time to complete their studies alongside their elite training.
Yes, and I don't know if coaches in this country would mind, but I think if the opportunity comes for Australians to do that, and I think the Stingers themselves, a lot of them train in America at college, and look what's happened to them.
And you do have a lot of athletes going to America from different countries.
Yes.
Especially, I know, in swimming, a lot of the Europeans do go over.
Yeah.
So...
Well, Michaela Pistorius...
We don't want to lose our Aussies, so...
She did a fantastic win there. Abby O'Meara second, both from Geelong, and Maggie Fisher third.
And
so
on to our
120s.
Heat.
So, here we go. We've got Arabella Johnson, who has a 2:15.43 as her best time. So she's seen the other girls do it. I'm sure she's got the confidence. She's at Geelong Swimming Club as well. Those two girls were first and second in that heat, so this will push her on. It's a
the outside lane, so
isn't it?
Lane 2.
Lane 2. Yeah, Azia Fong-Sutton. Now, she had a little bit of a malfunction of her bathing suit earlier, didn't she, I think?
She has split her suit a little bit.
Yes.
But it doesn't seem to be slowing her down.
Does not at all.
Zizi absolutely smashing out heat 8.
She is beautiful, smooth stroke.
She's looking to post the time fast enough to be up amongst it with our final heat, heat 9, coming up next.
Yes. Oh, this is the final heat.
Stitched up by the boys at Big Voice here.
Yeah. Big shout to Astrid Buchanan in lane 8 from Ballarat. She's only 12 and she's keeping up with the 13-year-olds. Yeah, look at her go. She certainly has. Look at her go. Well, with 50 to go.
Arabella storming home here. She's made up a lot of ground on Azia. Zizi trying to hold on. Those girls neck and neck, but Arabella looks like she's going to be too hard to beat here. She's got the legs left in the swim.
Can she get close to a PB of 1:15? I think it's possible. 1:05. She's got 10 seconds. 5 seconds to get into that finish. Yes, a
great
112,
swim.
94. Fantastic.
Azia from lane 2 takes silver. And our bronze is going to go to lane 8. Astrid Buchanan.
Astrid Buchanan. Well, what an end to that event. Yeah, it's a hard event, that 200 free. Yeah, she's taken off 8 seconds to get that bronze medal, Astrid. See, she's got out there, heard herself. I think
she's
she
also
shocked
one of the
herself.
youngest athletes in the water there, so just 12 years old. So she's got another year in that age group as well.
She does. She's actually a little bit upset because I think she's really pushed herself and really surprised herself. Her teammate is welcoming her out of the pool. Fantastic. So we've got the boys 200 free, 12 years, and taking it out there like a storm. We've got lane 5, Harry Curry. He's 12 from Traralgon. So he's thinking, yeah, I may be the youngest in this, but I'm going to take it out and show the big boys what I'm made of. My goodness, he's going out in a 102. Unbelievable. His best time is a 2:33.07.
Yeah, not super surprising
Marsland,
from Archer.
Oh, that's fantastic.
He's scored a lot of medals over the last 2 days, so I think this might be a bit of an older time for him. And coming up in Heat 4, we have a couple of those other well-known names. You've got Kepler Snyders, Daniel Wilkie. They've all done really well this weekend. So those guys kind of been fighting it out at the top spot.
Well, he's got a 2:37.64. If he comes back in a 32, you're looking at a 2:09 or better.
Sometimes it's a little bit nicer to swim in an earlier heat. You get to swim out on your own. You've got that clear water. Always good to challenge someone else if you're side by side. But the exciting part about this is Archer gets to set the pace and everyone else is going to have to chase that time from now on.
There he is, a 2:09.11. Fantastic job. He's really pushed himself. Fantastic. And the boys coming in. We've got lane 8. Hey, South Gippy Bass. That's Rex Broxelby. He's gone a 2:22 from a 2:32. And then in lane 6, Troy Oswald from Warrego. Massive PB as well by 7 seconds, 2:23.19. Not to mention lane 7 also hitting a 2:23. Joseph McKerney, he's from Warrego too, so they've got training partners. Absolutely knocked it out of the park, you boys. All right, heat 3 of 4. Not as many heats in this for the boys as there were for the girls. And we've got Yarrawonga Mulwala in here. My favourite swimming town. Do you know what? I think I would love to do a day trip again. And so Fletcher Davies is up there. I won't do an Australian accent, but I would love, you know, the real, one of those, yeah, like, you know, a Crocodile Dundee, Yarrawonga Malawi, mate, you know? I know. Well, I've been here quite a long time, you know, And I do love the Australian accent. And of course, you know, if I was to send back a few postcards from Yarrawonga, Malawi, people would think, oh yeah, she's out in the bush, you know, wrestling a kangaroo. Yeah. Wrangling a snake. Mind you, I have had a snake in my garden in Melbourne, so yeah, not central Melbourne, but on the peninsula, yeah. Tiger snake. Red belly black snake. I've seen 2 tiger snakes, but at close quarters, and 1 red belly black snake since I've been here in Australia. So for a scaredy cat, that's me, scaredy cat, British northerner. You know, I've also seen a redback and a scorpion. Scorpion in my bedroom, tree scorpion. Yeah. Didn't think they had scorpions in Australia, but actually they've got a lot of things that will sting you and eat you. But I'm telling you, love it over here. That's right, it hasn't put the boys off. Here we go, heat 3 of 4. As you can see on the right of the screen, we have UNCLOUD.org. If you're wondering what that is, it's the Swimming Victoria has partnered with Vic Health, and the UNCLOUD campaign is because more young people are vaping every year. You wouldn't think it, but they are. And UNCLOUD creates a space for young people to hear from their peers. So it's always better to hear from people of your own age and find out from their experiences and their thoughts and feelings if they have been drawn into vaping. So it gives young people a voice, and it's scientifically backed. I know that one of the at Monash University, I'm actually there doing my master's degree, and the health department there do a lot of research and contribute to a lot of the Vic Health initiatives. A lot of the universities do. So you've got to see scientifically about vapes and what vaping can do. The great thing about Australia is it's so heavily legislated. You have to have now a prescription to get a vape, but in Europe, no, they've got vape shops everywhere, and there's quite a problem. So obviously these boys, you know, healthy and an aerobic sport, swimming, you know, you don't want to impair your lungs in any way, shape or form if you want to get the best out of yourself. So UNCLOUD, for anybody who is, you know, having issues with perhaps, you know, being tempted into vaping, school friends, parents that need help. But these boys, they're coming in here for another absolutely smashing swim. Lane 3, Luca Canelia. He's from Echuca. He's come a long way, but he's done a PB. Must be very happy with himself. Second, lane 2, Miles Crilly from Ballarat Swimming Club, and then in lane 8, coming on the outside, Hugo Pankhurst from Warragul. Last heat.
And away they go. It is heat 4, our final heat of the boys, 12, 13 years, 200 meter freestyle. And they are turning on to lap 2 out of 8. We tend to break down the counting of these laps into 50s rather than just the 25s. So we look at it as 4 50s. The first one setting the pace, and that is what Kepler Snijders in lane 4 is doing. He's had a fantastic meet. I saw him yesterday as the anchor leg in a relay absolutely fly home, so we know that he's going to have a lot of speed on his side. Out in lane 6, we've got Xavier Gray of Sale. He has had a fantastic weekend as well. A lot of these boys going home with a fair bit of bling in their suitcases. As they turn Kepi out in front, 103.65. We do want to be keeping an eye on the clock because Archer Marsland back in our earlier heat, he got a 209.11. So that's going to be the time to beat here. It's going to take a 33-second final 50 from Kepler, and he's picked up that speed. It's a great swim from him. About 5 meters ahead. Who's moved into second place here? Daniel Wilkie in lane 3. And it will be Kepler Snijders 208.16. That means Archer Marsland of Traralgon, he'll claim the silver medal there. His time was 209.11. And then in third place, that will go to Daniel Wilkie. So we're in lane 3 here, 213.11. In the water now, we have event 89, the girls 14, 15 years, 100-meter breaststroke. Just take note, we do not have a heat 1, so we move along to heat 2. And those swimmers from heat 1 have been allocated lanes here, so we've got a combined heat 1 and 2 in the water. Coming up to the 75-meter mark here, and your leader is currently lane 3, Taya Matheson. These Matheson girls from South Gippsland Bass, great breaststrokers. And speaking of great breaststrokers, I'm here with one from Swim Victoria. It is Josh Barilla back on the mic. Josh, what kind of technique things are we looking for in these breaststroke 100s?
Yeah, so just, I guess, trying to hold your technique throughout all of it, throughout all the 4 laps. Just throwing that head down, getting to that closest to streamline position as you possibly can. Yeah, so just stepping up into the blocks is the next heat now.
So Taya Matheson holds on to the win from heat 1 and 2 combined. Nika McKenzie flew home in the final 25 there. So both those girls, South Gippsland Bass, obviously doing some great things there with their breaststrokers. They seem to have a lot of strong breaststrokers. Do you think that's something to do with the coaching or the club or just having those other incredible athletes in the squad with you, Josh?
Yeah, I guess it's a mix of all of the above there, Carlia. So in regards to South Gibby Bass, they're doing a really great job. They're running out of multiple pools to try and get a nice catchment area around in the Gippsland area. And I guess the coaching side of it as well has been really great. They've definitely really stepped it up over the past few years in regards to their performance and their results, and great to see them. I believe at Country Long Course they finished in 3rd position from memory, and they're definitely up there again for Country Short Course this year as well.
And perfectly showcasing what we're just talking about, leading us through at the halfway mark for Heat 3 there is Molly Detbarn of South Gippsland Bass. So she's turned in first, and she's just increasing that lead on this third 25. And that's definitely something we look for, isn't it? To be able to come home nice and strong and really not drop off in the second half of these 100s.
Yeah, we talk about a bit of a football reference, and that third lap and that third quarter, you call it the premiership quarter. Definitely that third lap, or that even in a 200, your third 50, always try and push ahead in that.
So Molly Detbarn here in lane 5. She's going to take out Heat 3. Her time, a 1:24.20. Second place there went to Ingrid Brettig of Wangaratta Amateur Swimming Club. As we move on to Heat 4. We remember we have 6 heats in our girls' 15-year 100-metre breaststroke. So quiet for the start here. Did have a little bit of movement on the blocks before, so that's why we restarted the race. Those outside lanes off to a flyer. Lane 1, your leader, Audrey Hogan of Bendigo East.
Coming in first is at lane 6, Izzy Kilborn from Ballarat. Sorry, outside lane 1 in 1:24.20. Audrey Hogan from Bendigo East. On to our Heat 5. The girls are coming down strongly. Turning around in first, we had Phoebe from Traralgon. But we have Isabel Nash from Warragul. This will be a tight finish in the last 15 metres. But it does look like Isabel from Warragul will be taking out this heat in a time of 1:18.31, followed by Phoebe from Traralgon in 1:19.99. And in third, we have Nina from Wangaratta in a time of 1:22.78. And this takes us to our last heat, Heat 6.
Quick start from the girls there. Those stroke rates nice and high in this sprinty 100-metre breaststroke, but it was a great underwater from Zoe Schneider of Ballarat Gold. She come off that wall out in front. I thought Mem Johnson went in first. 34.75 is setting the pace here.
Ella Matters from Ballarat also having a good race here.
Zoe just stretching out under the flags there, trying to time that turn. She looked a little bit off to begin with, but I think she altered and fixed it. She's come off out in the lead still. The other girls trying to chase her down. Looks like Memphis still sitting in second. Close the gap a bit as we come down under the final set of flags in this 100 breaststroke. It will be Zoe Schneider, Ballarat Gold, who takes the win there. 1:13.48. Memphis Johnson from Geelong Swimming Club, 1:14.77 in second. And then Ava Candy will finish up with the third, 1:15.94 from Ava.
And on to event 90, the boys 14 to 15 100-metre breaststroke. We have 5 heats, and in the water, heat 1. And boys coming down for their first 50. Out in lane 1, we have Sebastian from Alara turning around in first. And looks like it's a pretty even race for the second and third position in this heat. Boys picking up the tempo for this last 12 metres of this race.
Super strong swim there from Sebastian Majetic from Lara Swimming Club in heat 1 here. 1:16.27, an 8-second drop.
Heat 2 in the water now. Looks like it's a pretty even down the pool, but out in lane 7 we have Jara Tackle from South Gippsland Bats. Turning around in 36-37.
They go around on the final wall here. Jarrah Tagal over in lane 7, your leader with 25 metres left to swim. Raphael Rush in lane 5, not far behind. It's going to be a battle onto the wall between those two. Looks like Raphael proving the stronger in this final leg. He'll touch the wall first in a time of 118.76. Jarrah in second, 119.28.
Our third heat is now in the water. And out in front we have lane 4, Edward O'Connor from Wodonga City. At the turn, he'll be maintaining his lead for this heat. And possibly even extending it with that beautiful underwater work.
They're getting pretty noisy down this final lap. You can hear the coaches going crazy. And a very excited swimmer there, Ed O'Connor, 113.46. It's a nice drop in time for him as well. For a lot of athletes, this is their last swim of the meet, last swim of the day. Always good to look up and see a personal best for your last one as well.
And we're off and racing with a heat of 4, so our swimmers are getting faster. And looks like Jacob Riches from Geelong has turned around in first and maintaining that stroke count. But out in lane 1, we have
Sebastian Mansfield of Bendigo East Swimming Club. Now, I know Sebastian was really focusing on this race this afternoon. Wanted to go in with his best opportunity. He's put together a good swim here. Jake Riches over on the other side of the pool, swimmer from Geelong. He's had a fantastic weekend as well. Very close to that lane rope for Jake. As they come down under the flags. Looks like he is going to be our winner of Heat 4. The time of 110.76. Sebastian will touch second, 111.67. So some fast swims again. And some nice big smiles on their faces as well.
He looks very happy, that's for sure. And it's so tough at the end of the meet to still be doing PBs. So shout out to all the swimmers getting PBs towards the end. And on to our last heat of the boys, Heat 5. This will be super quick. Watch out for those stroke rates. They're going to be quite high. And they're just powering through that water, pushing it away.
What a great third 25 from Dax there in lane 4. He's taken over that lead. Just 15 metres left to swim for the boys. Looks like Dax Canetti of Geelong Swimming Club is going to come out with the win. Lane 5, Zachary Shearer might just be in front, but he's mistimed that wall, and it will go to Blake Scott of Ballarat Gold for the silver, 109.29. Nice close race.
Absolutely, and it's just so important to get that stroke rate so right towards the end. And now we're on to event 91, the 16, 17-year-old girls 200 freestyle. We have 3 heats for this event, so off with heat 1.
So just 75 metres left to swim here for the girls. Ellie Morgan in lane 4, your leader from Geelong Swimming Club in the blue cap there. She's got about half a body length on Jade King from Warrnambool as they come down to the turn. 50 metres left to swim.
And coming down the last 10 metres, it will be Ellie Morgan from Geelong in first in a time of 2:17.81. In second, in lane 5, we have Jade King from Warrnambool in a time of 2:22.30. And in third, lane 6, Sophie Gilbert in a time of 2:24.60.
So heat 2 of 3 in the water now. Rani Matheson out in lane 7, took out that first 25 nice and swiftly there. Bit of a line across the pool from the rest of the field as they turn 30.78, the leading time onto the wall there.
Coming down for your last 50 out in lane 7, we have Rani Matheson from South Gippsland Bass turning out in first for this heat. She's got a commanding 3 body length lead. She'll be coming down comfortably in first in a time of 2:14.77. Another PB. In second we have Tara Dyhood from Sale, and in a third, in lane 6, we have Sarah from Geelong. And now it's final heat for our 16, 17-year-old girls. There's a few scratchings out from this heat. Lane 1, Emily Orteri from Traralgon. And in lane 7, Harriet Meakin from Ballarat. So it looks like it's a tight race between Sarah, Brooke and Kayla in the middle lanes.
So this is heat 3?
Last heat.
Last heat. Now Kayla, she got the 18 and over. Oh, sorry, not the 18 and over. She won the 100 freestyle in this, so she's got great speed. Let's see if she can hold on with endurance. Lovely long strokes from all 3 girls. Churning in a 101 and 102, so they're setting themselves up for a really good time.
Sorry, I actually got that wrong. It's actually between Jessica, Kayla and Brooke.
Yeah, so Kayla Pratt Traralgon, Brooke Briscoe, Geelong, and Sarah Steinman from Geelong. Oh, actually, I'm correcting that as well. It's Jessica Whiting from Traralgon. Kayla turns first. Can she hold on? Has she got the endurance? Looks like she does.
She has a commanding lead. A body ahead of the other
Tall
2 girls.
Trains part with her father up on the Air Force Base in Sale. Michael Pratt, and part-time with Traralgon, coming in for a great PB. 2:08.31. Good 2:09 there, lane 4, and 2:11.70, lane 6. Jessica Whiting. Great PBs, girls.
And that's the girls done. Now we're on to our very last event of these country championships for 2024. So event 92, boys 16-17 at 200 freestyle. We have 2 heats of this. Heat 1 is about to start.
Right, come on, lads, make it a great one. Last chance to smash your PBs. Get those endorphins. A win's a win. It's been a fantastic country championships, hasn't it? And yeah, honestly, I've loved every minute of commentating.
So many PBs, great atmosphere. The weather has been perfect.
Oh, Traralgon, the pool's fantastic. The officials.
So we want to thank all our officials, all our volunteers, parents, coaches, just everyone, really.
Absolutely. Well, without
teammates,
the parents, without the swimmers, without the officials, this couldn't happen. We'd have nothing to commentate on, would we? So all the dedication, you know, sometimes you'll think, boy, it's a hard sport, but it's so worth it, and it produces such good kids.
It does.
It's the kind of sport that, you know, it produces dedication whenever you turn your life to. So.
Very much so.
Look at them go. Come on, boys, come on. 50 to go at these country championships, and then just one more 200 freestyle, and we're done. Come on, boys, I want you all to get a PB here. Get over on those turns and give it your best shot. 25 to go for the leader. That's it. Lane 6. Taj Hewen, Bendigo East. He's got those legs going. It's 2 minutes. He is going to do a blinder here. 2:05.13. That's a massive PB of 7 seconds.
At that level, that's a lot.
That is a lot, age 16 and 17. Usually they say, oh, you know, you'll slow down on your personal best times, but Taj has just swiped that off the board.
But I guess at that age, the boys start to develop as well.
Yeah.
Their physique develops, so you also get that advantage.
Yes, that's right, yes.
And off to our last race of these championships.
There's been some great swimming. Ashley Nichols, Tom Urquhart, and then we've had Kevin Huang from Ballarat Gold. Those two boys are 16. Ashley Nichols is 17. This is Ash's home pool. So
he'll know the insides and outs of this pool.
He will. A great all-rounder. He does breaststroke, the medley, backstroke, fly. At one point in his career, he wanted to quit about 14. The mornings were too hard. Boys sometimes hit that hurdle at 14 and 15. But then he realised that he loved to race and he had to train, and then he got over that hurdle and he's never looked back. Turning in a 56. He has got a 1:51, which is a fantastic time, I've got to say, as his PB. So we might not see a PB here, but he looks very comfortable, doesn't he?
Long event, so, but there's a nice race for second and third.
Yeah, the two princes there, Tom Urquhart and Kevin Huang. They're backing him up, so, and they've got another year. They can do this same event next year.
True. Well, Ashley will be going up to the 18 and overs next year.
Yeah, yes he will. That's gone really quick. I've known him since he's been 10 and 11 years old, so.
And look at that strong finish.
Nice, 1:54.17.
Well done. And in second we have Kevin from Ballarat Gold in a time of 1:58.58, and Tom came in third place from Ballarat in a time of 2 minutes, .50.
Well, that's the first time under 2 minutes there for Kevin Wang. Ballarat Gold. Tom Urquhart's been under 2 minutes before, so 2 minutes is a great time after the massive programme they've had.
Well done to all the athletes.
Oh, do you know, last year as well, I feel privileged to commentate here because we had such a great meet last year and it's backed it up this year, hasn't it?
Absolutely. But absolutely. It's been fantastic. So we are done here for another year.
That's right.
We want to thank our sponsors, Mattioli Pools.
Yeah, they build and upgrade swimming pools, and they've been doing it for over 50 years. They have improved the Victorian swimming infrastructure, and we look forward to keep working with them. And then we've got Pace Travel Group. They do all the travel needs for nationals or club camps, anything domestic or international. So the Pace Travel Group, if you need any travel options, advice, yep. And then UNCLOUD, the campaign for the education on vaping and the help line for young people who may have gotten into vaping. It's a campaign to try and get them to understand the dangers, and even if they had gotten into it, it's not the end of the world. You've got people to help you to get out of that situation. And then coming up, we've got the Paralympics on the 28th of August to the 8th of September in Paris. So get your TVs onto Channel 9. That'll be back on there.
Well, tomorrow morning we have our closing ceremony of the Olympics.
Do we already?
Yes, I think it's at 5 a.m. So, yeah, it's
over.
It's 2 weeks and we're done.
Yeah, that's right.
So it's been an amazing campaign for Australia. And we've got 8 years away to our home Olympics. So these kids are being inspired.
Absolutely. I mean, you know, looking at how they're swimming here, we have such potential. And the depth in Australia.
And it's just getting better and better.
It is.
So, especially post-COVID days,
yeah, absolutely.
We're very, very happy and lucky to have so many swimmers in the pool.
And then next weekend, we've got our UNCLOUD Victorian Open Short Course Championships. So they're usually well attended by athletes from other states as well. So that should be a pretty fast and furious
racing
short course.
Yep. And that's MSAC. And then
then
3 weeks later we have the state age. So
that's right. Where
some of these kids who achieved state age times at the countries will be heading down to MSAC.
That's right.
We'll conclude our session here, and we look forward to seeing you next week.
We do, yes. I won't be, I'll be coaching, but I might pop in and say hello to the girls. But yeah, it's been a pleasure, and thanks for watching.
Thank you.
And see you again soon.
Good night. Safe travels, everyone.